Good morning, good morning, good morning, all of my beautiful people. As you guys come into the stream, I ask that y'all double tap the screen for me, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Behind me, guys, I am in the beautiful metro area of New York in the Hudson Valley. Many people don't realize this. Many people don't understand that, bro. Like, I'm 15 miles away from the city of New York. Like, when you think about Los Angeles and you think about cities like that, you know what I'm saying? You think about the different geographical locations, but you know, New York probably, if it's not the most famous city in the world, it's one of them. And I mean, just how gorgeous it is. You see what I'm saying? The Appalachian Mountains running along the Hudson River, and the Hudson River is, the mountains don't, or you would know this, but the Hudson River runs all the way down through New York City, Lower Manhattan, guys. So just sharing it with you guys. You know what I'm saying? At 42 years old, guys, I'm 45. At 42 years old, I made a decision, a conscious decision that I wanted to change my life. I wanted to start a business, Ameliorate Legal LLC, and me starting that business is how I started this podcast, Legal Wars Live. So I'm glad you guys here this morning. As you guys come into the live stream, I ask that y'all double tap the screen for me, like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Today, Ghostwriter's gonna be telling you guys that about a new poll that came out that shows Jasmine Crockett ahead of James Talarico by 12 points. What? And guys, I've told you guys before, if you guys know, looking at the polling data, people who have already voted, people, I mean, looking at the completion of the data together, I'm going to make a prediction today, guys. Jasmine Crockett's going to win that race, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into a news story, guys. I ask that y'all jump down in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let y'all voices be heard, man. Out here in NYC, man. You know what I'm saying? Hudson Valley, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started, though. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get to cooking, baby. How are you guys doing this morning? Everybody okay? You know what I'm saying? I hope I get some James Telerico people who come into the live stream. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to like be a hater or nothing like that. Just saying, I think that it would be good. Cause I'm gonna start off right there. Like, guys, why you think that Mr. Telerico decided to run the campaign that he ran? That's why I want to start off. So, guys, if you don't know, Jasmine, she came out from the very beginning. I'm talking about this is in November, early December, before she announced. And she came out and said, hey, look, I'm going to run a campaign that's different than the other candidates previous to me ran their campaigns. So the other candidates previous to me, they were trying to win Republicans and win independents. That's the game the Republicans play. And in a red state like Texas, it's hard to win to win like that. So Jasmine said from the get-go that she was going to go after the voters to disenfranchise voters, people who probably would never vote. And we see record turnouts. We see a whole, in Dallas County, her county, we see a whole bunch of new voters. I'm saying the ideas. All you got to do to know what I'm telling you is factual is look at the voting in Dallas County right now. How many people have voted in Dallas County? Record numbers. So the idea that she had to run her campaign, it's a great idea. She could do that across the whole state of Texas. Should be hard to believe, excuse me. So guys, the first thing I want to do when I start off this live stream, I'm going to start off with a news story. If I'm not mistaken, this was published by AXIOS, and it was February the 26th, okay? So U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett, she's a Democrat from Dallas, the old 30th District, okay? Lead State Representative James Talarico, who's a Democrat, they say from Austin, but he's from Round Rock. Good morning, Montan. You guys make sure y'all like the video if you guys have not liked the video for me. Y'all jump down in the comments. Tell me who y'all think gonna win. Why y'all want James or Jasmine to win, okay? So, Jasmine leads State Representative Telerico for the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate, according to a small survey of 350 registered voters taken before Telerico's viral interview with late-night host Stephen Colbert. Guys, listen. We're going to get into the numbers and we're going to get into the statistics, and I'm going to tell you some things why they're trying to act like that late night. Bro, so whoever is behind this idea that James Talarico is more electable and that Jasmine Crockett isn't electable, well, whoever's behind that idea, I think they're kind of conspiring with Mr. Telerico, especially with that Stephen Colbert thing. So, guys, y'all hear them talk about that Stephen Colbert thing over and over and over and over again. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is I don't think that Stephen Colbert thing made a real big difference. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the Texas voters, they know Jasmine Crockett. They know her. I'm saying, tell me, who in politics don't know Jasmine Crockett? And then the ones who are new and coming to politics, like I said before on Jasmine for Texas, those episodes that I was doing, go to Texas State University. Go to Prairie View University. You got more historically black colleges in the state of Texas. You got a larger black contingency of voters in the state of Texas than any other state in America. So yeah, do that. Go get the young voters, introduce new voters. The Democrats need to do that anyway to win in November. But I'm talking about just in this primary, just against Telerico that she's running against, the voters know Jasmine, bro. Come on now. We didn't see her with A.G. Bondi. We didn't see her in the Epstein files. How many, be honest, everybody in this stream right now, y'all just be honest. How many of us have seen Jasmine Crockett on TV, or we know Jasmine Crockett? President Trump mentions her. J.D. Vance mentions her. You see what I'm saying? I got my boy Angelo in this stream. He's in New Jersey. He know her. He a Republican. Brian C., he in this stream. I think he from Missouri. He know her. He a Republican, man. We know her across America. This is a Democratic primary. And I think that's where James Talarico made his mistake, to think in a year of President Trump, mind you. I'm saying in September, come on now, I'm going to be fair to the Telerico campaign. In September, they didn't know that December was coming. In September, the Telerico campaign didn't know that the Trump administration's January is coming, because what I'm telling you is that's Renee Good, that's Ellis Peretti, that's a lot of mistakes that he made with ICE. That's a lot of mistakes, or what the voters view as discomfort with the economy still that he's not really addressing. I'm saying a few months ago, he was calling it a hoax. Telerico, if he started campaigning, or he started his campaign in September, I'll be honest now, he didn't know that President Trump was going to be handing the Democrats all these political gifts. Yet and still, Mr. Telerico decided to go after Republicans and independents. He said that's how you going to win a race statewide. You see what I'm saying? It's not a bad idea to go after independents. And if the Republicans going to vote for you, they're going to vote for you really whether you court them or not. How many Republicans? Y'all think about this now. I'm finna start telling y'all some profound stuff. We're going to get back to the news. How many Republicans do you think in their mind thinks that the Democrats should come court them, or the Democrats should come try to win their votes? Let's say you're a Republican, okay? And say you said you're not a MAGA Republican, you like the old guard Republican, and you just voted for President Trump in this election, but you're not cool or good with the things that he's been doing. So I'm saying you don't know if you want to vote for James Talarico or Jasmine. But I'm saying if you're a Republican, you're not going to expect one of those two Democratic candidates to come court you, right? So what I'm saying, if you a Republican, you gonna vote for, if you crossing over, you gonna cross over without them courting you or not. I just think in a presidential election or something, that might be, but I just think it was a failed strategy for Mr. Telerico to go after the Republicans the way he did. And in the Democratic primary, when President Trump has been so polarizing, losing the independents, you see what I'm saying? And so everything and everybody, we saw the special elections. Now, Mr. Telerico had a chance to see all those special elections in 2025. So he got to know the electorate moving to the left. So it just didn't make sense, in my opinion, the way he started. Jasmine started off saying she's going after Democrats, people who don't never vote, the registered Democrats who weren't showing up to vote, a lot of black voters. And in this Democratic primary, it looks like she made the right choices, the right campaign and everything. Why it matters. AXIOS again. The Democratic race features two rising stars in the party with contrasting styles and message. The winner will set the tone for the party in Texas midterm election with nearly every statewide office on the ballot. While every statewide office is on the ballot in this Texas Senate seat, at the top of the ticket, it's going to say either Jasmine Crockett or James Talarico versus Ken Paxton or John Conan. At the top of this ticket. So this is the biggest race, this Texas Senate seat now. It's the biggest race in Texas. And also it is the prize of the entire midterm elections. This is the biggest race. Whether the Democrats are going hard after Texas or not, they should be if they were smart. Listen to Ghost with the strategy. Because if the Democrats, if y'all could think about how close, you got more Democratic voters voting in this primary. Listen, the Democratic Party has always, or for the last, I say since 2012, when Obama flipped Harris County. Isn't that when it happened? Y'all get down in the comments. Tell me if I'm wrong. See if my memory is right. Okay. So at a point, the Democratic Party, they recognize, just like in Georgia, that there's more. This state has become a majority minority state, meaning that there's more likely Democratic voters. There's more black and brown people in Texas than there are. So they realize that. At that point, they've been trying to win Texas. 2018, Beto O'Rourke came within 3 points. Came really close. Since then, the gap has widened. But I'm saying if the Democrats are able to flip Texas with as many electoral college votes Texas have, that is game over. The Republicans don't have a chance moving forward. So I'm saying if you this close from flipping Texas, you this close, they came within 3 points. You this close? I'm saying if I was the Democrats, I mean, I know they might not have no money, but I'm saying strategy-wise, I'll be all in on winning Texas, flipping Texas. So Axios didn't say why that matters, but I just wanted to add a little bit extra to it. So let's zoom in. Axios, Crockett was the choice for 56% of Democrats surveyed, while Telerico was favored by 44% per the University of Texas Politics Project poll released on Wednesday. That question had a margin of error of 5.1 percentage points, meaning the gap between the candidates could be wider or narrower than indicated. But Crockett's lead at that time will hold. Guys, a new poll, breaking news. This is new news. Released on Wednesday, yesterday, new news. I'm talking about why the people are going to vote. We looking at the vote. We clocking the vote in, you know what I'm saying, Dallas County, Tarrant County. You know what I'm saying? She from Dallas. So we looking at how many, the record numbers of people who are turning out to vote in Dallas County. And then the record numbers voting in Tarrant County. And then we also watching Houston too, because there's a large black population in the city of Houston. Of course, Dallas and Houston are Democratic strongholds, especially in a Democratic primary. Telerico, he from on the other side of the state, okay? So on the other side, of the western side of the state, around Austin, you know what I'm saying? He from Round Rock. We look watching the vote there too. That's where I'm getting my numbers from too. The vote in Austin on Friday, I believe, Saturday, it was at 200%. But come Sunday or Monday, There's poll watchers who said that the numbers were down. The polls in Austin had quieted down. But in Dallas County, where she from, and from Terrence County, where she from, the polls hadn't quieted down. They still skyrocketed. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you got to look at, I heard somebody say probably we're going to have 1 million people. We got over 1 million people who early voted. You might have 1 million Democrats alone who early voted. And that's astounding, but not for me because I understand Representative Crockett's strategy. So, according to the University of Texas Politics Project poll, I like this poll. This poll come from Austin. You see what I'm saying? I mean, this poll is the University of Texas. I pretty much trust this poll in relation to the numbers that we've seen on the ground. Guys, I don't care how big of a contingency that James Talarico has in Dallas County that likes him or voted for him. I bet you one thing for certain and two things for sure on my name alone, the amount of voters that's turning out in Dallas because of Jasmine, I'm talking about the gap is going to be unprecedented. She's going to beat him horribly in Dallas County. So if you see Dallas County at 300%, I don't care what you guys think. I put my name on this. I'm not playing with this. Y'all know me. I'm not playing. So if you guys look at the voting in Dallas County, I think today on Tuesday it's over 200%. Okay, I'm talking about Thursday. It was like at 500%. Where are these voters coming from? You see what I'm saying? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, a lot of people have voted. Not all yet. That's why you keep that. That Jasmine dumping money. Telerico is too. They dumping money. You keep pushing now. You want to run them numbers up. I think that bodes well for her. It bodes well for the Democrats to get those people engaged for November. So they on the right track. So, but if you look at Dallas County, okay, and you see Dallas County over 200% still, you talking about after 8 days of vote. I'm talking about that's not people voting for Telerico. That makes no sense. If that's the case, if people were so enthusiastic about Telerico, why are they voting for him so much in her county, but the voting in his county, Travis County, in the counties where he from, has died down? I'm talking about they died down on Saturday or on Sunday, excuse me. By Monday, the polls in Austin were about regular for early voting in the Democratic primary. That's where the polls at in Austin. So I'm saying, why would they, for all the people who are the conspiracy theorists or maybe the Jasmine haters, some of those people, a lot of those people, Republicans, they're voting for Telerico. So I'm saying, why aren't they doing that where he's from in his hometown, Austin? If I'm looking for a candidate who got a solid base and their base is fired up and enthusiastic, I'm not looking for Jasmine's base in Austin. I would think Telerico's probably getting the majority of the vote in Austin. That's what I would think in Travis County. I think he's going to win Travis County. It makes sense. Common sense. I mean, if he was a weaker candidate, I think she'll run tougher with him in Travis County than he's going to do with her in Dallas County. You see what I'm saying? But if he was a weaker candidate, I could say she just going to bully him. She just snatching everything from him. But because he spent so much more money and he was in the race for so much longer than her, not that he's a weak candidate, he you know what I'm saying, but he ran a race, he got propped up, so that all those things, it's a little bit tighter. But if you look at that poll now, the University of Texas, they polling people. Y'all thinking that James Colbert thing gave him a bump. It didn't give him a bump like you thinking. Or if you did think it gave him a bump, I still think that because this poll, you got to think this poll is within the margin of error. They said plus or minus 5 points. So they're saying that the people they polled, they came out with Jasmine ahead by 12 percentage points, right? But she could really be ahead by 7, or she could really be ahead by 17. So any kind of bump he got from COVID, I still would look at this poll from the University of Texas. It's within the margin of error. Any kind of bump he got is within the margin of error. Ain't none of y'all think he got a 12-point bump from Colbert. Stop playing with yourself. You see what I'm saying? And even if he got internal polling that shows that he's ahead, his internal polling is completely wrong. And if it was right, I heard somebody say on one of the local stations in Texas, why don't he post the polls? Is it internal polling? Why don't he post it? If Telerico got an internal poll that shows him ahead of Jasmine Crockett, why don't he post it? Because he don't. You know what I'm saying? And for those reasons, guys, I really do believe this poll. University of Texas, 56% to 44%. If I look at the numbers of people who voted in Dallas County, who voted in Houston, Harris County, who voted in Tarrant County, and who voted in Travis County, I see this. This is what it looked like to me. You know what I'm saying? My predictions, though, is a lot closer and a lot tighter than this because that's just how I get down. You know what I'm saying? But I believe, I'm predicting, guys, today that she's going to beat him by 3 to 7 percentage points. Definitely. I believe that 1,000%. And that's not just like, look, so that's a no holds barred opinion. When I started this live stream, I was supporting VP Harris. You see what I'm saying? So I started supporting VP Harris. I started this live stream in September. You guys know I have a business. I have cases I have filed in court. I started supporting her in September. All my cases started closing in October, and I had got paid, bro. I had the most money I had in my life. Come December, bro, I pay all my bills, take care of my family. I still got thousands in the bank. I had $70,000 of student loan wiped away. You know what I'm saying? We were getting over $500 a month in donations. That's when I'm saying I was supporting VP Harris. So a month or two after me starting this live stream supporting VP Harris, things were going so great for me in my personal life to where it's like, yeah, I'm going to be with her regardless. But what I said that to say this, when I'm telling y'all this is an objective opinion. You could take this to the bank. This is just like me calling some football games. Just me looking at numbers and putting it together. In my opinion, she's ahead of him right now, 3 to 5 points. And it depending, I would say probably 4 or 5 points, 4 to 6 points. If they stopped right now and counted the ballots, I would put my name on it. Right now, she beat him 4 to 6 points. That's the number. Okay, y'all could believe me, trust me or not. What I'm saying is the reason why I can't call how many points she will or will not beat him by. The reason why I cannot call that because it's going to depend on how she's going to run the end of the campaign. You see what I'm saying? It depends on how she's going to run. If she run hard and the people turn out on voting day, then I'll say she'll probably beat him by 7 points or so. More, 7 or more. That's the prediction. So I'll be clear. If she do everything she's supposed to do, on her upside is 7 or more points. A victory or 7 or more points. I think her downside is a victory of 3 points or maybe fewer. Guys, I just do not see, and this is my opinion, I just do, and we're going to go over a couple of more numbers after I finish the story. I just do not see her losing this race. This poll has been conducted. I'm talking about they stopped this poll right before the voting started. So we see a poll in University of Houston with her leading by 8 points. Am I right or wrong? So this poll from the University of Texas is coming from Austin. It shows her leading by 12 points. Come on now. The poll from the University of Houston it was published a few weeks ago, show her leading by 8. This poll published by the University of Texas coming from Austin, it shows her leading by 12. So in that amount of time, she expanded her lead by 4 points if you believe in these polls. You see what I'm saying? Now, since the voting started, and I'm looking at the data, which I'm finna graph for you guys in just a second, I'm saying what the vote. Well, why are we seeing a record turnout in Dallas County? Oh, I wonder why. Why are we seeing a record turnout? Yeah, she walking around with pip in her step, laughing and smiling, cause she know, like I know, like you should know, like James Talarico know. Go ask him. Put a mic in front of his face. He ain't gonna tell you, yeah, we think we losing right now. He gonna say, yeah, we the underdog. And you talk to her, she peppy and steppy. You saw her crying the other night at one of the campaign events. She could, them tears of joy. You see what I'm saying? And you see all them black people showing up at the polls. What you think they showing up? There are more black people showing there. I don't care if y'all run the numbers because they don't have the complete numbers yet because they're not precisely sure of each voter that's showing up, their race and their ethnicity. But I'm telling you, once they run the numbers, more black people finna vote than ever voted before in the Texas Democratic primary. Maybe any primary in Texas history. Period. Yeah. That's big facts. I'm saying, so if I was her, I'd be crying tears of joy too, because they not voting for Telerico. I'll make another prediction that she gonna win the black vote by more than 80%. So 8 out of 10 of those people are black people are voting for her. Crockett gained national attention for her sharp criticism of President Trump. Even though she entered the race just before the filing deadline in December, just 18% of respondents say they did not have an opinion of her. So even though she entered the race in December, 82% of people in this poll have an opinion of her. 82%. That's hard to beat, bro. If you look at a poll statewide, her favorability, Jasmine Crockett's favorability is higher than any candidate in the race. How she could lose? I'm saying I know the politics on the ground, state of Texas. Yeah, we know how they get down. You just got to strategize around that. I understand like the attacks that she's going to get because I know something you guys might not know, but then Republicans fear her. So when she actually win, and all that fear and the thoughts that they saw coming to fruition, the black and brown people finna take over. You see what I'm saying? Then those attacks gonna get more vicious. But I'm saying if her favorability is higher, because obviously people don't like John Cornyn. Obviously, sitting senator, he might have the best chance to beat her, but they don't like him. The Republican Party do. So that tell me, unless they all gonna still show up and vote for him, they don't like him. That's why Ken Paxton, after the senators spent over $60 million, according to this same poll, is dead heat tied. They dead tied according to this poll, this same poll. After the senator spent $60 million and he's an incumbent, the Republican Party don't like him. Ken Paxton, his favorability is way low. You see what I'm saying? I played that before. He got charged with felonies. He a baby Trump. You know what I'm talking about? And Telerico, even though you think Telerico will have the highest favorability, but that's not so. It's Jasmine Crockett who's got the highest favorability in this race. By contrast, 34% of those voted said they didn't have an opinion about Telerico, who has used his Christian faith as a framework to criticize Republicans. This poll was conducted from January the 2nd through the 16th before early voting started. It don't matter. Early voting started on the 17th. So this poll stopped a day before early voting started. And according to the University of Texas, Jasmine was beating them by 12 points. Poll that stopped a day before early voting started. Maybe they'll come out with a poll now. I don't see how you really could trust or gauge that poll that's been taken once votes been cast. How you going unless you calling people asking, or have you voted yet? No, I haven't voted. Okay, so who you gonna vote for, Jasmine or James? I guess you could do a poll like that. But I'm saying right before the early vote, if he gets a bump from this from that Tolbert, that late night show, I'm talking about that's such a small bump. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. And this is what they talk about, that Tolbert had a February 16th interview. Telerico with Colbert, that Colbert, I'm calling him Colbert. Colbert. I need to call him Colbert. You know what I'm saying? For that pool, that tricky pool. Colbert, okay? it says CBS warned against it, citing a federal directive. But Colbert posted it on YouTube, where it's been seen 8.9 million times. The big picture, the race is garnering national attention as a barometer of the backlash against Trump in the red state. So far, more ballots have been cast in the Democratic primary in Texas than the Republican primary in Texas, a gauge of voter enthusiasm that could continue to December. If that voter enthusiasm continues to December, the Democrats are going to be, the Republicans are going to be in for a long night come November. The other side, the polls suggest that Ken Paxton and John Cronin might be headed for a runoff in the Republican primary. That's not news. So, guys, this is a brand new poll. University of Texas has got Jasmine up by 12 points. Now, guys, I'm going to see. I should have looked and pulled this earlier before I came on, but I'm going to see if we could just go online real quick. We're not going to do a deep search. We're not looking at the clerk's offices in Harris County or tarrantcounty.gov. We ain't doing none of that. We're going to just look and see if they could tell us how many Democratic voters voted in Texas early voting. And let's see if they're going to tell us something. All right, so this is CNN, guys, and looks like they published this 2 hours ago. Early voting ahead of next Tuesday's U.S. Senate primaries in Texas suggests a sharp rise in Democratic turnout, pointing to a continued trend of strong enthusiasm. Through Tuesday, 850,000 ballots had been cast in the Democratic primary. 850,000. Those are current numbers through Tuesday, y'all. Okay? According to data from the Associated Press, that's 60% of the number of votes that were cast in 2020 during the presidential primary. That is unbelievable. During the presidential primary. And that's 60% of the people who are voting for Joe Biden. You got to understand that. In that year, didn't Joe Biden lose Texas by 5.60%? They going to pass that up. That's through Tuesday. They ain't counting Wednesday. They're not counting Thursday, and they're not counting Friday. So I know it's going to get over 1 million voters going to vote. I see the people who coming in here like these little knockoff political analysts, 1.2 million people going to vote. You might get 1.2 million people that vote like early. And then you thinking, all the voters voted, only 200,000 people going to show. I predicted this from the get-go, and I'm strong with my numbers, and I stand on my numbers. I predicted it before the voting started. 1.4 million to 2.1 million people are going to vote in this primary. Facts, period. You over 850,000. So don't listen to no knockoff analysts. These numbers not stopping. They can't see the numbers. You see what I'm saying? They're using models off of past elections, and this election is going to break every single model that you have. I know that. I knew it before. So listen to Ghost. Don't listen to the knockoff unless you want to lose. Don't listen to the knockoff. I don't listen to nobody else who trying to tell you this, because they jumping in with information that I gave y'all before this primary started. So they coming with something that they garnering up. So many people are voting. Now you hear everybody and they daddy talking about so many people. I told you before the voting started. I knew it before. This ain't no surprise to me. You see what I'm saying? If you didn't get at least 1.4 million Democrats to vote, that would be a surprise to me. So 3 days ago, somebody's projecting or thinking that, they're at 650,000 on through the weekend, so it's going to slow down. Ain't nothing slowing down. 850,000 ballots cast through the Democratic primary. It is more than the entire advance turnout and over double the number of votes cast on the equivalent day in 2022 Democratic gubernatorial and the 2024 Democratic presidential primaries. So when y'all going back and saying, oh, we're not talking about 2024, we're talking about 2022, well, CNN is doing what goes. CNN come back. Thank y'all, CNN. I love y'all. They're saying, forget what y'all talking about. We talking about 2020, 2022, and 2024. We talking about presidential and non-presidential. We talking about everybody. Every vote that every time the polls and the ballots open for the Democrats to come vote. Since 2018, the Democrats are outpacing every single year. Many of the more populous counties exceeded their entire primary turnout for those years with several days of early voting and election day remaining. See, guys, on the Republican side, their advanced turnout is higher, 15% higher than this point in 2022. They're not showing us the numbers. How many Republicans voted, CNN? Tell us how many. Could more votes being cast in the Democratic than Republican primaries? The surge of voters in the Democratic primary raises the possibility that more Texans will cast ballots in the Democratic primary than the Republican ones. They didn't say, okay, here we go. We got a graph right here. Democratic turnout was higher in the sharply contested primary between Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton in 2008. So the last time this many Democrats have voted in early vote was in 2008 between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? Look, if I look at this graph, it's right here on CNN. Let me get this link so y'all can get to this link with me. I'm gonna post this link in the chat, guys, so y'all could get this link. Y'all give me just a second. So if you guys want to follow along with me right now, y'all could go to the link that I just posted. You know what I'm saying? It's a CNN story. But there's a graph on here that I want to go over real quick. You guys could find it right here if you guys go to it. There's the links right there. I pinned it. So looking at the number of voters who have voted in this Democratic primary in the state of Texas, the last time at this point in the election, early voting, that the turnout was higher than it is now was in 2008 when it was a sharply contested primary race between Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. That's telling me everything that I heard Representative Crockett say, that whenever I was doing the Jasmine for Texas episodes, I was formulating the strategy behind that goes for everything she's trying to say. If you have the right candidate on the ballot, the last time you had more Democrats, more enthusiastic is when Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton were on the ballot. So basically, you got a Barack Obama with Jasmine Crockett, that's their Barack Obama, and Hillary Clinton, that's their Hillary Clinton on the ballot. You have two candidates, or especially one candidate, Jasmine, that the voters are super enthusiastic about, and 2026 numbers, they outpaced or outvoted the presidential election primaries in 2020 with Joe Biden. It's unbelievable. So far, about 54% of votes cast in this year's primaries have been on the Democratic side. 54%. So in this election right now, let me post this for you. early voting in the state of Texas through Tuesday. Early voting through Tuesday, according to CNN. Okay? You got Democrats, 54%, and they don't have any independent candidates, so Republicans, 46%. I'm saying, look, this is what I'm saying. Let's say we got a generic ballot. Y'all feel this? Let's say we got a generic ballot. If we got a generic ballot saying we don't care what candidate is on the ballot, which I mean, what you're seeing is many people showing up to vote in this primary for Republicans. That's because you have all of the possible Republican candidates on the ballot. They're spending a lot of money, a lot of enthusiasm. You're only going to have one Republican. I'm saying if it's the sitting senator, you know, if it's, I think the Republicans in a tight spot. With the Democrats, on the other hand, if it's a generic ballot, I'm saying the best of them will go forward, and I would think that would be Jasmine. I mean, in a generic ballot situation, they beating you 56-46. Look, you got all the Democrats who are enthusiastic, so you know they're gonna be charged this fall. You know they're gonna be charged up. Especially if Jasmine win, all those black voters that she was talking about, the Democrats gonna be supercharged this fall. You aware of this? Okay? So the Republicans, even in a situation to where you're saying the Republicans got the best candidate possible that will bring out the best voters, I mean, the Democrats beating you handily, 54-46. Somebody told me I'm 2028. I don't know what that means, y'all. If y'all hadn't liked the video, y'all double tap the screen for me. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell, guys. It's almost unbelievable. I want to look at the Democrats voted. Let's look at how the Democrats voted in Dallas County so far. Let's look at that. Let's see if they give us some total data, because they're giving us every single poll location, how many people are turning out. So, guys, I guess this on Sunday, this is all the numbers from the precincts. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and count them, because I'm telling you, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. I want to get the exact numbers. So, but this was kind of old, though. First 5 days, you had 93,000 ballots cast by both parties. That was double the 2024 race. Double the 2024 pace. That was 5 days ago. There's no way in the world you telling me, guys, listen. There's no way in the world you telling me in Dallas County the voting is double. The vote, who they voting for in Dallas County? And if you look at those numbers, I looked at the numbers in Dallas County. I looked at the numbers in Tarrant County. Let's look at Harris County, because I hadn't looked at Harris County recently. Let's see, early voting, Democratic primary, Harris County. I looked at the ones in Travis County. Well, we know that. So Democrats have cast more ballots than Republicans in the Harris County primary. I mean, they just telling y'all that to let y'all know that the Democrats are beating the Republicans. Harris County, Democrats beating the Republicans. Dallas County, Democrats beating the Republicans. Tarrant County, Democrats beating the Republicans. Travis County, Democrats beating the Republicans across the state. And so what I'm saying, this is what I've said. And what I think is important, y'all give me a second because I need to swallow my medicine. This is what I think is important. If Jasmine comes out and beats him by 10 to 15, 20 points, and the Democrats, y'all see that, 54 to 46, if the Democrats hold that line and Jasmine beats him handily, what does that mean to y'all? If the Democrats hold that line and beat the Republicans in early vote, and Jasmine beats Telerico handily, if you guys don't think that's handwriting on the wall, I don't know what you call handwriting on the wall. What would you consider handwriting on the wall? Somebody said, does anyone know how to Trump dance? Hey, why we trying to do the Trump dance, man? James and Colbert set that up to give him a bump because he was behind. You think that James and Colbert did it? My boy said Democrats want a safe white boy to win. I agree with that. But you think that Telerico and Colbert did that? You think it was them two who was behind it? Because I definitely agree that they put that together. I went over that a couple of times. Colbert, like he came out and he publicly announced. You see what I'm saying? Colbert, he came out there and Telerico, he publicly said that he was trying to get some money because he knew he was behind with Jasmine. Like his excuse or what he's thinking is just because people don't know him. And it might be that. That might be a big reason why he might be behind is because people don't know him. It could be, I don't know. It's possible. But I'm saying for whatever reason that he's losing to her, like, and he's got to spend that money. I really never seen. I thought, in my opinion, I thought that Telerico should have ran a different race. He should have ran for a different race or a different position. I really think he would have did better in a different race than trying to run. I mean, he's going from the state house to the U.S. Senate. He wants to go from being a state senator to a U.S. senator. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, not saying nothing against Jasmine Crockett. Look, this is what I'm trying to say. Y'all come out and y'all see Jasmine win that race by 10 points. Say she wins that race by 10 points. So if she comes out and she wins the race by 10 points, I'm saying like, I'm trying to figure it out because I'm saying like, I'm trying to figure out where y'all think how Telerico, like he played any, like I just don't see it. But I guess some people, all those voters who showed up to vote, Jasmine wins by 10 points. You know they all showed up to vote for her. So I'm saying y'all trying to prop him up like he's the great white hope or he's the Messiah. And all the voters who showing up voting for her. So let's just say you put another candidate on the ballot, and let's say he wins the against the other candidate. You see what I'm saying? But you have lower voter turnout or lower voter enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying? But you saying that she can't win statewide, but she's the one that got all the voters turning out. She's the reason why. Hold up. Let me get it back up here right now. She's the reason why the Democrats are beating the Republicans 54-46 in Texas. Jasmine's the reason. Somebody said justice with Epstein. If you guys hadn't liked the video, I asked that y'all double tap the screen for me. Somebody said I lost again. Nah, you crazy. I know for a fact I did. I know for 1,000% fact I did, bro. Look, how many? Look, I'll take a wager on any of y'all on this election. I'll wager any of y'all on this election. Any of y'all. I'm saying if you crazy enough to try to bet me that James Talarico finna win, I'll take that bet 10 out of 10 times. I promise you I will. Any of y'all. I'll put my email address in the chat so you guys could take the bet. Cause I'm telling you 10,000%, I'm 10,000% factual that Jasmine finna win this election. All the way percent positive. Somebody says Mandami will destroy New York City. What's your proof of that? How you feel? What's your proof that Zoran's gonna destroy the city? I'm saying Zoran, the politics that how he governs, he just governs how it's a democratic city. He governs how any other Democrat governs, right? I'm saying I don't see the problem or anything that you're saying about Zoran. And if you just don't like his policies, the city of New York, they liked his policies. They voted for him. It's a democratic city. That's my whole point. I'm saying if you could tell me how he destroying the city, you know what I'm saying? If you could tell me how he destroying the city, I mean, you just saying remove Mandami and Mandami is not good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you hear Republicans, you hear a lot of Republicans say that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them. Drew City says Democrats want a safe white boy to win. But he's not a safe white. How he? If you but you listen, you can't win with the safe white boy. You see what I'm saying? The Republicans couldn't win with a safe white boy. You need somebody who gonna fire up the people. What I'm saying wrong? That's what Donald Trump did, didn't it? That's why when you got a candidate like Cronin, who he's just boring. He's a boring old man. That's why Paxton beating him. Even though Paxton a criminal, that's what the people want. They want somebody who gonna fire up the people and to be real and authentic with them. So I'm saying you got a white boy who coming, yeah, guys, I'm going to go against corporate super PACs and you taking money from corporate super PACs. I'm going to go against, he is just so, there's no flavor, energy, nothing. I'm trying to tell you. A lot of Hispanic people are similar or vote with black people. And speaking for that faction of Hispanics and blacks that are independent, if I look at Telerico, there's nothing about him gonna make me vote. I'm trying to charge up or fire up a percentage of voters in the state of Texas who have not been voting. How do I do that? I'm gonna go get a boring white boy to charge up black voters to go vote. I'm like, guys, y'all just want me to say, how you want me to say it? You want to be real or factual or fake? I do real. Y'all, especially when it comes time to win, you trying to win something. So you can't be worried about feelings. So this is factual. You talking about like a boring white boy to charge up a bunch of black and Hispanic voters who have not been voting. The boring white boy plays amongst white boys, white people. But I'm saying amongst white people, you're not going to beat the Republicans. The Republicans are going to beat you in the white people game. The Democrats have been trying to play the white people game the majority of the time. The last time the Democrats had played the minority game was with Beto O'Rourke, and he came this close. I don't know what Colin Alred did, but he was another candidate who was uninspiring. If you are an uninspiring candidate, they're going to stay with Ted Cruz. But I'm saying this is a time when the Democrats got a candidate who's inspiring. And that aspiration, because people like Nancy Pelosi, that old establishment Democratic Party, they look at the aspiration and they don't understand it. But to win in today's election time period and forward, you need that aspiration. You need what Jasmine bringing or President Trump bringing or Ken Paxton. Those are the kind of candidates that's going to charge people up to go vote. If you got this safe white boy, you call him a safe white boy, I call him a boring white boy, a boring soft white boy. And the Democrats in Texas know that you cannot be soft standing up to President Trump. They know that. So that's why that University of Texas poll got Jasmine beating them 56-44. Bruh, he said, y'all are some children. Hey, Ryan, not marry me, hire me. Hey, hire me, not marry me. Like, bro, like I'm gonna be nice or I'm gonna be sweet. Like, if you slow, bro. I'm not spitting no game, but I'm saying I'm gonna be nice. Look, you don't understand how I would be to somebody like in a situation like that. That's how I'm gonna treat it. Go talk to some of my homegirls. You know what I'm saying? You talk to my homegirls, the ones that I was like, I have homegirls still to this day. Probably about 4 or 5 of them that I never slept with. But I talk to him like any kind of way I want to. We just cool like that. You know what I'm saying? A situation like that, I'm not even gonna talk to her like that. I'd probably flirt like and be playing. But bro, I want the job. I'm saying, what I'm supposed to come on here be mean or rude? Like, come on, man. It don't mean that much to me though. Just understand that. Like, I'm gonna be respectful, but it just don't mean that much to me. Eric says blue states or whatever word he said, that's your opinion, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you guys' opinion, but if you want to argue your opinion, I mean, you're going to have to come in here with some facts, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to come in here stating some kind of facts. Like, I understand your opinion. I feel your opinion. I respect your opinion, but I need some facts. Somebody said Mandami speak to Parrot. He lacked critical thinking skills and no knowledge how business and finances work. I'm saying that's again your opinion. You feel that? Like anybody could give an opinion at any time about anything, and that's all it is that's just your opinion. You know? Like if I give you an opinion, I'm gonna back my opinion up with. So yesterday I was talking about Nancy Pelosi. Somebody was talking about how they wanted the safe white boy to win, you know what I'm saying? Talking about Jasmine and James Talarico. And Nancy Pelosi, she's been like that. She's been blocking. She blocked Bernie Sanders. She blocked AOC. So if I form an opinion about Nancy Pelosi, I'm going to come with a link, at least with a news article or something to say, okay, Nancy Pelosi, she blocked AOC from several leadership positions. Bam, there's that link with that news article. Okay, Bernie Sanders could have beat Donald Trump. Bam, that go to link with. So you, at least you know I'm forming my opinion off of facts. I'm saying I'm not going to just take some talking points that President Trump or a Republican used and say, oh, Jasmine will not win in the general election in Texas. That's why y'all wrong. She finna prove y'all wrong. Cause I'm saying I'm pretty factual that she's gonna win that election, my dog. I'm pretty factual that she gonna win that election. Hey, but you said she just not a good candidate. How is she not a good candidate? What you saying don't make no sense. You said Jasmine is not a good candidate, but she has more Democrats voting than Republicans. How is that not a good candidate? Just in the simple sense of the word. In the simple sense of the word. I mean, what does a candidate? Let's look up what a candidate means. See, y'all, I'm a litigator, so I can tell you what a candidate means. What does candidate mean? A person who hold up. An individual running for political office, seeking a job, or considered for a position, honor, or selection. Okay? So if she is an individual running for political office, seeking a job, and it being considered for position, honor, or selection, all of those describes her. How's she not a good candidate when she got everybody showing up to vote for her? If she won the election, how would she not be a good candidate? See, that argument don't make sense, and that's why I go against Nancy Pelosi. You said she's not a good candidate. Whoever wins is the best candidate. It don't make no sense. How can she beat James Telerico, but you want to run James Telerico in the general election? If he can't beat her, how he gonna beat the Republican? That don't make no sense to me at all. Unless you cheating. Unless you cheating or something. I don't get that. How can he beat a Republican if he can't beat her in the primary? That don't make no sense. How can he be a better candidate than her and he can't beat her? That's what I'm saying. She needs to beat him. She needs to make a statement when she beats him. Jasmine, you need to make a statement when you beat him. If that poll got you up by 12, you need to beat him by 15. Because if you beat them by 15 points, they're going to shut up. They all going to start shutting up. Oh, he's a better candidate than her. And he lose to her by 15 points. That's going to shut him up. Because that's going to make him sound stupid. How can he be a better candidate than her and he losing? By 15, oh, you going to know it. And he lose by 5 or 7, they just going to say, oh, we still should have had our James. Our James is our great white hope. Look, I'm not going to hate on you that like that, James Telerico, though, my dog. I ain't going to hate on you that hard. But I do want to see this. I do want to see this, though, James. Look, y'all see how I be going hard for Jasmine. Somebody talking about me marrying Jasmine. Ain't that kind of weird? I'm saying y'all see other live streamers, they be talking about Jasmine Crockett, and then you think that they'll come on there. So when Roland Martin come talking about Jasmine, y'all think he got people in his comment section talking about marrying her? Some freaks and weirdos. Some weirdos, bro. Some weirdos. Hey guys, I'm just gonna play a little bit of James Talarico. You know what I'm saying? Let y'all choose.
You need to know that a global.
I'm gonna let you choose, but I'm gonna let him in his own words.
Show YouTube page.
With his boy Colbert.
James Talarico.
Let's fast forward it a little bit.
You've caused some drama. FCC open probe into The View after appearance by Telerico. Do you mean to cause trouble?
I think that Donald Trump is worried that we're about to flip Texas. And Stephen, this is the party that ran against cancel culture, and now they're trying to control what we watch, what we say, what we read, and this is the most dangerous kind of cancel culture, the kind that comes from the top.
Bruh, if I play a clip of James Talarico talking, this is cancel culture, the kind that comes from he sounds like a knockoff version of President Obama, a white knockoff cardboard cutout version of Barack Obama. And I know all the Democrats, y'all want Barack back. And I know y'all think the white boy is a safe pick. I know everything y'all thinking, but that's the reason why you can't flip Texas. That's the reason why that James Talarico will lose. You trying to still play the white boy game with the Republicans. You ain't going to beat the Republicans with a white boy game. But you ain't going to hear this nowhere else. CNN, they can't say this. MSNBC, they can't say this. Fox News, they can't say this. And nowhere on the internet, probably hardly, you going to hear this. You cannot beat the Republicans in Texas with a white boy game. That's why you losing to them. More white people are voting in Texas, even though there's more black and brown people. More white people vote than Hispanics. More white people vote than black. And when they voting in Texas, they going to beat you at least 60 to 65 to 40 or 35 in the white vote. You're not beating them in the white vote. That's the problem with the state of Texas. Look, I looked across the whole spectrum of Democratic candidates in a Democratic primary, 12 seats that I seen that the Democrats strategically are trying to flip, and it's all older white women running those races. That's why I'm thinking the Democrats probably not going to pick up no 40 or some seats like that unless they just get lucky. America is not, just because you got a woman, I want a woman, so I want a woman so bad to be president. Nancy Pelosi wants a woman so bad to be president. She going to end up letting Adolf Hitler become president because she wants a woman. She wants a woman to be president so bad, but she don't want Jasmine Crockett to win in Texas, though. But she wants a woman. She just wants like an old white woman like her, one that looks like her. Oh, nah, Ghost, not 85, one that's about 60, a 60-year-old white woman. That's not what America wants. America wants a 44-year-old black. Well, since we played James Talarico, let's play some of Jasmine. I played James said that's a boy. Listen to it, y'all. Y'all decide. Listen to him talk. Listen to his energy level.
They went after Jimmy Kimmel for telling a joke they didn't like. They went after you for telling the truth about Paramount's bribe to Donald Trump. Corporate media executives are selling out the First Amendment to curry favor with corrupt politicians.
Corporate media executives are selling out the First Amendment to curry favor with corrupt politicians. He just sound like a script. He sound like a robot. See, you looking at the fact, y'all thinking that we living in 1990s America, where you got more white people in Texas than you have black people and Hispanic people. So you think that the white boy is a safe pick, but y'all haven't realized it flipped. The black and Hispanic is the safe pick. The white boy ain't a safe pick in the Democratic Party. In about 15 years, a white boy ain't going to be a safe pick in the Democratic or the Republican Party. In Texas, in about 15, 20 years. What Ted Cruz is, last name Cruz. What's Cruz? He from England, Anglo-Saxon. Oh, Ted Cruz. Oh, he Hispanic. So what's the name? What you got over there? You got Paxton, because you know the senator. They don't want him no more. You got a Hispanic senator on the Republican side already. And the senator, they don't want him no more, though. We want to look at the representation of Texas, white to black to Hispanic, or black and Hispanics to white. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you saying that the white boy is a safe pick in Texas? No, it's not. How is that so when white people are the majority? That don't make no sense. I'm trying to figure it out. Y'all ain't figured it out. I figured it out. How is the white boy in Texas a safe pick when white people are not the majority of people in Texas? It makes no sense. I'm trying to figure it out. I could see you said the Hispanic guy is a safe pick. Or the black girl is a safe pick. The state is black and brown. Let's listen to Jasmine, y'all. Hey, I put Jasmine Crockett. The first thing show up is that poll. Let me play this for y'all real quick.
Work confidently while on SSDI with all sub-employment services.
This basically what we just went over. So I'm going to let them tell y'all.
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has a double-digit lead over State Representative James Talarico in the final days leading into the Texas U.S. Senate Democratic primary. That's according to a new University of Texas Politics Project poll. It shows Crockett leads 6%, Telerico's 44%, but the survey was fielded from February 2nd to February 16th before his interview with Stephen Colbert, which of course went viral.
Hey, you heard how she said that? She was hesitating when she was finna say Jasmine numbers, and then she said them, but it was fielded before. He went, bro, them white people, Telerico, the great white hope. Y'all made this racist. You shouldn't have said he couldn't win. You shouldn't have said she couldn't win, because we wonder why she can't win. Okay, Telerico was a preschool teacher. No, I'm just playing. He was a teacher for like a few years, and then he jumped into politics. So she a lawyer. She own a business. That's what politicians are, lawyers. That's what most of them are, or used to be. She a lawyer. She own a business. She in the state house, just like he in the state house right now. She was in the state Congress. I don't know if you call it Congress, but state Congress. She was in the state Congress too. I think she was a House of Representatives in Texas, and he was Senate. Then she in the federal now. She a federal Congress, federal employee, basically. So she a congresswoman now, and I'm saying he's still in the state Senate. So I'm saying, I'm trying to figure out how is she not qualified for the job? Why she can't win? Why she can't win? Oh, because she not the safe white person. Well, white people are the minority in Texas. That don't make sense. Y'all behind, y'all lacking, y'all slow, y'all using yesterday's statistics. Ain't nothing you saying is making sense. They on here talking about marrying her. Oh, is that like for y'all Republicans, because she's an attractive black woman? Does that make you cringe? Or does that what does that do to you? Because she's an attractive black woman. She was fat, old, and ugly, then you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't be talking about ghosts marrying her. I'm saying they weren't, or maybe if she was about 60. Because I'm saying I started this live stream and I told y'all how I started this live stream in September of 2024, excuse me. And I started this, it's about to be 2 years. And I started this live stream in 2024 supporting VP Harris. Within 2 months, I got 15 racks. I had 2 cases closed. Come December, I had over 8 racks in the bank, and they wiped $70,000 from my student loans. Every single month, I was getting $400 to $500 in donations on this live stream. So I'm saying, I got mad love for VP Harris. They weren't saying that I wanted to marry VP Harris. I was gonna ask VP Harris to marry you. If I'm gonna ask you for something, baby, it's gonna be the bag. That's the only thing I'm gonna ask you for. I'm saying you gotta know me though. You can't listen to what a peon's saying about me. They haters. You know the haters gonna throw some stuff in it. They gonna lie and everything else. Plenty of diversity. You are blinded. What I'm blinded by is plenty of diversity in Texas. Yes, it is. Oh, you talking to Michelle? No. Oh, you talking about in the Republican Party? It's so to me. Listen, if you don't, I'm glad. Oh, no diversity in the Republican Party. He said plenty of diversity. First place. Listen, I want to address that. If you got the Republican Party, you talking about plenty of diversity. No knock on President Trump. Hold up, let me start here. We're gonna start at the top. You always start at the top. Because if President Trump did it, everybody else in his party gonna follow. Y'all agree or not agree? How many minorities in President Trump's cabinet? 4 people of color. Marco Rubio. They said Tulsi Gabbard is a person of color. Scott Turner, he the only black person, and Lori Chavez DeRemer. So I guess Tulsi Gabbard is like an Islander, American Islander. Chavez DeRemer has to be Hispanic. Rubio is Hispanic or Latina, and Scott Turner's black. How many people? What's the number? How many people? Let's see how. So out of 4, so we could see he picked 4 out of how many people? People. Over 20 cabinet officials. So he got about 20. I guess, I mean, he picked 20% of them are minorities. Only 1 black person. So you saying that he could have, the vice president could have been black. Byron Donalds. But he chose not to pick him. Tim Scott, he a Trump ally. He a senator. He chose not to pick Tim Scott. I'm trying to think. I'm saying, like, even on the Republican nominee, like, you got Wesley Hunt. I don't never say Wesley Hunt because we kind of know that Wesley Hunt's not going to win. Tell me why I'm wrong. Who in this live stream thinks that Wesley Hunt is going to win his primary or whatever? We kind of know he's not going to win, right? So I'm saying if like on the Democratic side, the Democratic Party, Jasmine's got more than a chance. Jasmine's actually going to win. On the Republican side, they obviously don't want the sitting senator, but you got a choice between an attorney general who's been charged with felonies and a black man, and they choose the attorney general who's been charged with felonies over the black man. Tell me that's not facts. In the state of Texas, you got a black man on the ballot with a senator you don't want and an attorney general that has convicted of felonies that you know that the Democrats gonna beat that to sleep when they running ads against him. You got an attorney general who you probably gonna lose the election if he become your nominee. If he runs against Jasmine. And I'm saying, who they choose? That's the question. Who they choose? That's the question. You guys haven't liked the video, go ahead and like the video for me. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, guys. White voters, 68% Republican. Democratic voters, 45% Republicans. Black voters, 17% Republicans. Those black voters are the voters that you need to come out and vote. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? So the black voters are the voters that you need to come out and vote. So if you need the black voters to come out and vote, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out where y'all coming from. You know what I'm saying? If you need the black voters to come out and vote, I'm saying you need these voters. They primarily, if a black voter is there, according to what someone said, and I'll go ahead and pin that, if you got a black voter there, more than likely, 80% chance, over 80% chance they voted for the Democrat. Okay? Who gonna get that black voter to show up and vote? Telerico or Jasmine? Y'all got the numbers. If you got a Hispanic person there, about a little less than 50-50 chance they voted for the Democrat. A little less than a 50-50 chance. So I'm saying a Hispanic, you don't have a Hispanic on the ballot nowhere. That's what we're saying. And what we're saying is if you have a white voter, 7 out of 10, they're gonna vote Republican. I didn't have to look that up. I'm glad she looked that up and posted that. But I didn't have to look that up to know that. I could tell you that already. I'm saying you can't play that game. If you play that game with them, you're gonna lose. You can't play a white-black game, a white game with the Republican Party. You don't have the numbers to play a white game. You can't play that game with them. And if you do, you're gonna lose. Point blank period. You don't have the numbers in Texas to play that game with them. I mean, they're thinking of that old Texas where 80% of the people who come in to vote, 90% of the people who are coming to vote are white. Your numbers, you don't have numbers like that. The reason why, listen, if Telerico was Hispanic, then I'll say that, okay, I could see why y'all saying that he's the safe Jasmine. But still in all, if you got more Hispanics voting than, but I'm saying still in all, if he was Hispanic, I mean, you would think you only got 50-50 chance of in that vote. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm saying if she black, if you got a black person, then now you get all the black people to come show up. All the black people show up. You got an 80% chance of winning that vote. You still got a 50-50 chance with the Hispanics. You still got a 30% chance with the white people because she a Democrat. Not only is she a Democrat, she a famous Democrat. She a well-known Democrat, more famous to the Republicans. She ain't just more famous to the Democrats, she's more famous to the Republicans as well. She's famous with the Republicans and the Democrats. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I don't get where y'all coming from. So whenever you say that she can't win, you gonna make a black voter see that ad, and that black voter might not have been about to go vote, but whenever they see that ad, now they finna go vote. You gonna make them see that ad. They might not have been about to vote, but when they see that ad, that's what's gonna make them vote. Oh, she can't win. They saying that our candidate, Jasmine, can't win. Oh, well, why Jasmine can't win? And then you make them just start thinking about it. Why can't she win? You know what I'm saying? Why can't she win? Oh, she can't win because, yeah. That's what I'm saying. You making the people gonna start thinking about why she can't win. Y'all give me just a second. I'll be right back. Y'all keep the comments coming. Y'all keep the conversation going. I'm back. Crockett is the winner. My boy already know. You feel me? Guys, 2 times in my lifetime, okay? 2 times did I endorse a candidate for a Democratic primary. This the second time. 2 times in the state election. The first state was Mississippi. I said this already. Johnny Dupree. And Mr. Dupree won his election handily. And this the second time. And I just don't see how I don't see Jasmine losing. And I'm not just saying that. Listen, since Jasmine, first of all, VP Harris was the vice president and Jasmine is a congresswoman. That's number one. So Jasmine, I'm not, and then second of all, I never lived in Dallas. I've only visited Dallas. So I never lived in her district. You have to understand that. So I'm saying, like, you say, Ghost, why are you saying that? Because she had never done, I've never really received a whole lot of benefits. Y'all excuse me. I'm trying to concentrate and focus on where I'm going because I have no idea. I'm just cruising. I've never received benefits of her, like, being my congressperson or representative. So some people thinking, like, if you in your mind, you thinking that I have some sort of, like, sick crush or fantasy on her, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know me and you slow. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go probably meet my daddy. Like, there's just probably genetics. He called every woman, like, baby or honey or, you know what I'm saying? That's just my mama be, especially someone I'm trying nice. I'll be nice. But I'm saying, like, as far as you saying, like, I'm trying to figure out what other purpose would they think that I would be supporting her. I heard somebody saying that something about marriage. Like, once again, like, I think something wrong with your mind. Like, it's just something wrong with you. It had nothing to do with that. And I'm saying, because you know I'm not in her district or she's not the vice president, so you know I'm not getting nothing extra special from saying this. So I'm saying, like, why would I risk my name and my everything? Like, I'm saying, I heard this dude, like, he was supposed to be analysis, and he's like, oh, I met Jasmine. I went and met Jasmine. Like, I'm saying, like, I mean, I'm not going to Texas. I don't have no plans of going to Texas whatsoever. If she win the election, then I'll have a plan to go to Texas. But if she don't win the elections, I'm not going to Texas. I don't have no plans of going to Texas. That's what I'm saying. None, zero. So I'm saying, like, I don't get it. Like, oh, yeah, I'm saying that I'm supporting Jasmine because I want to meet her. The reason why I'm saying that I support Jasmine, the reason why I put my name out there, you see what I'm saying? The reason why I put my reputation out there, and the reason why I'm supporting her, because I think she the best candidate. And I think she gonna win. So if I'm telling you right now that Jasmine is winning that election, I'm me looking at the numbers, just like I could look at that election before the voters voted and said that 1.4 million and 2. Why you think I said between 1.4 million and 2 million people gonna vote? You think I was saying that because I want to marry Jasmine? It like, I want the job, bro. Like, I'm trying to get the job. I knew it probably wasn't going to be with her. It probably won't be the next candidate because she a Senate race. I'm saying I've just done little volunteering on VP Harris. I did a little volunteering on her campaign. I really ain't never worked for a campaign before, so I know until that time comes that I'm probably going to just be doing it like this until one of the candidates take a chance or one of the candidates really want to win. So I already knew that. I knew that before time. Just because I'm not telling, people think, I guess because I talk a lot, I'm supposed to tell you everything I'm thinking or everything on my mind. That's not the facts. So I'm trying to figure out, and I'm just saying this because somebody said, marry me. Nope. I don't know what that means. So I'm saying, I'm trying to figure out, like, you thinking in your mind that I'm saying she the best candidate or that she's going to win because she's a pretty woman. Like, to me, like that, like, her being a female, her being black, and her being pretty, like, people try to use that, like, almost as a disadvantage for her. Real talk. Because I'm saying if it was Josh Shapiro and I was telling you this about Josh Shapiro, you wouldn't be saying that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be saying that. So if I'm telling you she gonna win by she's ahead right now by 3 to 5 points, that's my honest opinion, guys. That's what I really believe. Really believe. You know what I'm saying? I told you guys yesterday, for her to defeat the Republican, it's going to be tough. Not impossible, but it will be a little difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like anything you guys want to know about the election, about the statistics, y'all could talk about it. We could talk about it. But this is like my honest opinion. If I really didn't think she was going to win, I'll tell you. If something happens from now until Tuesday where I thought she wasn't going to win, I would tell you. I don't foresee it, bro. I really don't. Like, you just go campaign. Like, the early numbers, the early voting, you got Wednesday, Thursday, today, Thursday, ain't it? You got today and tomorrow. They're going to hit 1 million early votes. So the only thing you and James got to do, so I could be right, and y'all get them 400,000 people to show up on voting day. That's a lot of people. I'm gonna need just about 250 to 300,000 or so people to show up on voting day. That's a lot of people. Across Texas is a big state. Y'all got the numbers. You got 18 million registered voters. Out them 18 million registered voters, you got probably more likely Democrats. Over 8 million, 9 million, you probably got more likely Democrats that's registered. You know, you got to put the independents in there too. So I'm saying you got 8 million voters that's registered, Democrats. So don't tell me that you can't get 400,000 people to show up on election day. It's up to you. They registered. They could go vote. All they got to do is want to. That's it. You ain't got to convert them. You ain't got to sign them up. Because I'm saying they out there signing up new voters or was signing up new voters. I'm saying because they out there and they, you know what I'm saying, energizing, bringing new people into the electorate, which is good. But I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to see how y'all don't see it too, how Jasmine's winning this. I guess if you just want Telerico to win, you're going to think in your mind that Telerico's winning because that's just what you want. You want him to win. But I'm saying I don't see how you can't. I thought I'm missing something. You heard what Queen Tina say? She said, y'all are late. She's already voted for Jasmine Crockett, and she is going to win. Let's go, Jasmine. Y'all are 15 days late and $5 shows. She is going to win 10,000%. So, Rich, like, that's your opinion. And that's just unfortunate. It's just very unfortunate. I mean, it's very unfortunate that you feel that way. But you're going to be in the minority. And if you know anything about voting, it's about numbers and majorities. So the words you said is in the minority. Unless you're a Republican and you think you could beat her in the statewide election, you in the minority. The majority of the voters that's speaking right now, let me go get it. Let me retype it for y'all. Let me retype it for y'all. Cause I could see if she was just winning the Democratic primary, but the Democrats are getting stomped in early voting. That's not what happened. She's winning the Democratic primary and the Democrats are outpacing y'all in early voting. So let me put this down for y'all again. Texas early voting. CNN. Y'all see that? Texas early voting, CNN. Democrats, 54%. Republicans, 46%. With over 1 million people voting, I think about 1 million, close to 1.5 million total voters so far in early voting. The Democrats winning this election by almost 100,000 points, 100,000 votes. The Democrats are winning. They're outpacing. They probably going to reach the number of Democrats who showed up to vote, as many as with Hillary and Barack. Think about that. Hillary and Barack. You're talking about a Democratic superstar, two Democratic superstars, Hillary and Barack. You know, every Democrat in Texas, they were climbing from under rocks to go vote in that election. I'm saying you probably going to get as many or more Democrats to vote in a primary as you did with Hillary and Barack. And you know James Talarico, 40% of the 35% of the people don't even know. 35% of the vote. How you going to win an election if 35% of the voters don't know you? How you going to win? You know what James Talarico should have did? He should have ran left for Jasmine. That's what he should have did. He should have ran left for Jasmine. Listen, the black people like progressives. That's why they love Bernie Sanders. Hispanics, the Democratic Party, if you go left, just don't go kooky left. But if you ran left for Jasmine, look, he's chasing after young people. He getting young voters. You look at his rallies, he's only 39. He can appeal to young voters. Progressive, if you go progressive, but he didn't believe in the Democratic Party. He didn't believe in the progressive movement. He decided to go to the center. He went the wrong way. He should have went to the left for Jasmine. That's where he should have ran her campaign. Her going that hard at President Trump, it would have been hard for him to frame her as, with her going that hard at President Trump, it would be hard to frame her as like a Trump lover or something like that if he ran to the left for her. But I think that was the safest place for him to do. If you say so. If you say so. If you saying President Trump for life, I ain't gonna take him out. I'm gonna just put him in timeout for like 10 minutes. Let him get his mind right. Rebecca say no to Jasmine. Why? Tell me why. You see what I'm saying? I got all these Republican bots. I'm saying you in the live stream, you got to tell me why. You can't just say no to Jasmine. Why? Why I don't say no to you? Why I don't say no to Telerico or definitely Ken Paxton? I got reasons to say no to Ken Paxton. So I'm saying why I'm going to just say no to Jasmine? You got to make it make sense. Why? Somebody said Obama gay. I thought Obama, they accused Obama of having a relationship with Jennifer Aniston. If you're going to have a relationship with Jennifer Aniston, how you going to be gay? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm saying people just be, hey, people just say stuff, to make up stuff, anything, bro, anything. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of hatred or any kind of negativity. You know what I'm saying? My girl said she already voted for Jasmine. She said Jasmine winning. Jasmine winning and Jasmine already won. She's going to win. Hey, somebody said politicians control my life. You crazy. Ain't no, what politicians control my life? Ain't no politician got nothing to do with my life. All a politician could do is send me a check. Real talk. I be it as real as I can. That's the best thing a politician could do for me is send me a check, man. And I don't know about controlling my life, man. I promise y'all I was going to play something for Jasmine. From Jasmine, since we listen to Mr. Telerico. Somebody said Jasmine not going to win. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. But, like, come back up in here and let's get to it. Let's get to it. Come back up in here and let's get to it. On the 3rd. Come back and March the 3rd. Make sure you come back in here March the 3rd since she ain't gonna win now. Make sure you show back up in the chat.
Stops across the state,
Look,
including
if she was to lose, which I don't have no fear of her losing, but if she was to lose, oh man, bruh. On the next time I stream, March the 4th, bro, you'll see, we gonna get 25, 30,000 views. Everybody gonna be in the live stream. People that I didn't even know knew that I was supporting Jasmine. They just gonna be like cockroaches. They're gonna be crawling up out the woodworks. You see what I'm saying? But if she was to lose, they're crawling up out the woodworks. I promise you. But I'm so factual. I'm going out there. I'm predicting early. That's what I always do. What I'm doing wrong that's any different than anything I ever did. March the 3rd is 5 days away. So I'm already jumping out there with my prediction, and I'm telling y'all that I believe she's going to beat him anywhere from 3 to 7 points. Well, she winning 3 to 5. I think she's going to beat him 3 to 7. So that's me giving her faith or confidence that out of the voters still out there, I'm saying, bro, everybody in Dallas, everybody in Houston, a lot of people in Austin and Killeen, all over the state of Texas, not only they voting for Jasmine, they sharing it and they telling people. Here's Jasmine Crockett, man. This is an interview she did. I want to tell y'all the radio station. I think this is CBS DFW. So Dallas Fort Worth. Shout out Dallas Fort Worth. Jasmine probably know this center real well because it's her city. This is Jasmine on CBS Dallas Fort Worth a few days ago.
North Texas. In Fort Worth last week, she addressed hundreds of supporters. She told Democrats that if they work collectively up and down the ballot, she believes they will flip Republican districts. Crockett also made a prediction about Tarrant County, the state's largest and the nation's largest red county.
I think that this is going to...
So, like I told y'all, Tarrant County was the nation's largest red county left. And it's a county right by Dallas. It was a county that the Democrats needed to flip. And when we count the votes at the end of the night, you're going to know it wasn't Telerico that flipped it. Even though, I ain't going to lie, if Telerico was courting independents and Republicans, just to be fair and honest, if he come out saying he's courting independents and Republicans and the Democrats are doing so well, then I'll say he probably got a little bit, sizable bit of the vote. He might get 40% of the vote in Dallas County. But 40% is not 57%. You see what I'm saying? Not in Dallas County. I'm sorry, in Tarrant County. In Dallas County, I think he'll get probably about 28% of the vote. Between 28 and 35, depending on how he ran his campaign. Jasmine, she's too big. Jasmine's too popular of a candidate. We're going to look at favorability numbers after I play this. This is Jasmine.
The Tarrant County's actual year that they flipped.
I spoke with Crockett after the event about the state of her campaign. March 3rd is oh so close.
Yes.
What is your message to your supporters, and what are you doing to make sure that they go to the polls and vote?
Yes, so we're keeping it exciting. I'm doing everything that I can to, number one, show up for them, engage with them, and continue to answer questions. I think from now until March 3rd, it is so important as people see this literally as a life or death situation, because it is. And so I think that I've got to show up just like we're here in Fort Worth right now. We want to make sure that we're showing up, we're answering questions, and people are hearing from me directly. It is just so refreshing to see how excited people are to vote. They're not just going in and saying, well, this is my civic duty, let me do it. They're excited, and they're on social media, and they're telling other people that they got to get out and vote. This is great, especially in Texas.
A few days have passed now since the whole controversy between Stephen Colbert and CBS and the Representative Talarico.
I'm saying, guys, we know Jasmine. We hear Jasmine. We know Jasmine could get fired up, bro. I'm talking about who you going to vote for. You going to vote for a candidate who talks like this. This is a fundamental. He sounds like, I'm telling y'all, if y'all listen to Telerico, he sounds like a knockoff Obama. I wouldn't be surprised if Obama's son, he got some speeches wrote by Obama's campaign, or he been watching Obama's speeches. Real talk, though. President Obama, he gave him a shout out. He said good words about him. Joe Rogan told him he should run for president. So now Telerico, he walking around thinking he the great white hope now. He think he the best thing. Like, y'all Democrats, y'all just not in Texas. Nah, not over Jasmine. I'm just being real with you. I give you my opinion with numbers. I give you my opinion with news articles. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen nobody come in here challenge my opinion. They talking about stuff that don't matter. Well, what matter if I'm doing this live stream in the studio or in the car? What's the difference in what I'm saying? I'm saying if I'm in the car, what's it to you? Like, how's it affecting your life? You know what I'm saying? Dude said my breath stink, he can't smell it on the phone. So what's it to you? I'm saying, you think, for you thinking like that, that shows the kind of person you are. You in Cootieville. You can't get out of Cootieville. And that's why you can't go, your mind won't elevate nowhere else in your life because you stuck in Cootieville. You got to get out of Cootieville. I'm glad Jasmine don't live out there with you because she got to win the election. She ain't got time for that. She got to win this election. Because it's a contentious fight, but, you know, she in pretty good place for the 3rd. That is a whole different ball game for November. It don't matter who on that ballot. That's a whole different ball game. You think you got death threats right now, baby girl. I'm telling you, when they see what's going on, they going to see more people voted than Obama and Hillary? What? And then they see them numbers in the end of the day, all them black people voted. What? And the Republican strategists, they going to put it together and they going to see election day, her coming down. I'm talking about day one, they going to be at your throat, not your neck. They going to be at your throat. They ain't going to really get on you. That's what I'm saying. I'm smart as I don't know what, boy. It's hard whenever you know how smart you are. They're not going to really get on you till after May because they got their own fight to finish. So that's what I'm saying. Between March and May, if I was running her campaign, by the time they get in it, I would have punched them so hard. Look, say the Republicans, they ain't even in the fight yet. But I'm saying they can't come into the ring. I'm going to be in the ring for 2 months, 3 months before they get in here. So I'm saying I'm already, during them 3 months, I'm waiting for your entrance. As soon as the referee dropped the thing and so ding, ding, I'm talking about that you're going to get smoked. Republicans would be playing defense if I was running that campaign. By June, they would be playing hard defense. I don't care who I was running against. I would connect them voters. Coming off that primary is when you got the most momentum, when you could do the most fundraising, especially for her with setting records in those voting. And when we look at the voting by March the 5th, we're going to be able to see, or they going to be able to see. I can already see it. See, y'all, I'm already telling y'all this. What's today's date? It's an hour and 59 minutes. I timestamped these live streams. You know what I'm saying? I'm already telling y'all this on February 26th. What they going to tell y'all on March the 5th. Yeah, they going to be saying the same thing next Thursday. Oh, we can't believe it. What the Democratic Party thought we needed to happen, Jasmine Crockett just was it was Jasmine who did it. She brought the voters out in Telerico County. I guess everybody in the state of Texas don't want to marry. All the Democrats or all the independents or all the strategists want to marry. Because we're going to tell y'all that she going to beat him. Period. She beating him. Right now, she's going to beat him. Period. Period. You ain't heard me say this before. I didn't see it before. I just seen it. All I wanted to do is see that poll. I seen that University of Houston poll, and I didn't take it for face value. And then she ran a poll right after that where she was up by 13 points. So when this poll come from Austin, University of Texas, what Texas don't have a dog in the fight. If they had a dog in the fight, I think they would for the white boy. But they got her up by 12 points. Bro, come on. You did a poll in Houston, a poll in Austin. We don't even count that Emerson poll. He did internal polling. It ain't no way in the world he showed himself being ahead of her in internal polling. I'm telling y'all, it ain't no way that he could. Look at the early voting. He is not winning that race. Where the early votes coming from? He's not winning that race. Who's early voting? He's not winning. If you got a 50-50 wash, pretty much, not really. You know, the Latinas will probably vote 55% Republicans. Let's give him 60% of Latinas, which I don't think he's gonna win. You know, let's give him 55% of Latinas. If he get 55% of Latinas and he get 60% of the white vote, he still lose. Cause she getting 80% of the black vote, and you got what? How many registered black voters in the state of Texas? I'm trying to tell y'all, I know what I'm talking about. Hey, Quintina, I listen, I told that story the other day, baby. I said this. There was a girl who went in a polling booth in Dallas, Fort Worth area. Was it Dallas, Fort Worth? It was either Dallas, Fort Worth, or it was Tarrant County. She went in a polling booth, okay? She said she went to vote, and they said something about her voter registration went up today. She said, what? She registered in September. So they took her to the room, and at first they gave her a provisional ballot, but she arguing them down. They making phone calls. Finally, they gave her a regular ballot. It took her an extra hour. She said during that extra hour, she's seen 5 voters that got pulled. The thing is if you grab 5 of them, hopefully, out of every 5, one of them will just give up and say, I ain't gonna vote. Or maybe you could get 2 of them to give up and say they ain't gonna vote. You see how they do that? So now only 60% of Democrats who are actually showing up to polls are actually getting the vote. Or maybe 70% or 80%. So what Quintina is saying, and I'm going to go ahead and add her as a moderator, what Quintina is saying is pretty much factual. I agree 5,000%. You know what I'm saying? I can't say how widespread it is, and I don't have data, but I can give you the news story. Jasmine Crockett told a story about a woman who, where was she at? She was in Travis County or somewhere over there. She went into a voting booth to vote, and they gave, or she was in Harris County, excuse me, they gave her a Republican ballot. And she had already, and she didn't know, and she ended up with the Republican ballot, so she ended up having to vote Republican. So there's plenty of stories of there being plenty of irregularities in those, definitely. 10,000%. T2 says, my son lives in Houston. I asked him about the Texas situation. He's concerned about Texas and the Mexican cartel border wars. Now, yeah, this is a chance for Kristi Noem to do her thing. This is an opportunity. Real talk. This is it. This is her chance. I mean, Greg Bavino, where Greg Bavino at with that haircut and that? Hey, where Greg Bavino at with that haircut and that jacket? Where he at? Hey, listen, this is what I'm saying. You say it's never gonna happen. There's some people who y'all live y'all lives trying to stop others. You live your life trying to stop other people from accomplishing something. That's how you live your life. And some people, they live their life. They think we stopped him from getting this or stuff. You ain't stopping nobody from doing nothing. The only person who's stopping themselves from doing something is that one person. You don't have the power to stop nobody from doing nothing. Say if they were trying to create a TV show and say you was like Paramount Pictures and they came to you and you said you was going to stop them. And I'm saying, so you actually do the TV show, and so you stop them from doing the TV show. But they go to the next one, you pick up the phone, you call them too. I'm saying the only person, it don't matter who you affect and what they do, the only person who can stop them from doing what they doing is them. You could hinder them. You could slow them down. You can't stop them. God has the power to stop them. You're not God. And I promise you, if you think you stopping me from doing something, I'm finna show you ain't God. I had somebody told me that before. I had lost a job at this business and they said God closed the door and I came and kicked the door back in. Go, you can't kick no door God closed. And I could demonstrate for you, if you try to stop something, I could demonstrate for you that I'll make you look stupid. Yeah, I'm not going to spend my time running around everything that you're trying to stop proving points. You in the proving points, I'm not. You in the proving points, I'm not. I'm not in the proving no points. And I know what I bring to the table. Those are two things that I know. So I believe, in my opinion, without my help, this is what I believe. You could call me insane. You call me crazy. You call me whatever you want to. I believe, with my opinion, without my help, Jasmine will not win that race. That's what I believe. I really believe that. I think she needs unique help from a very intelligent person who understands Texas politics. The Democratic Party, the establishment who want Telerico, the safe white boy, to win, when Jasmine beat him by 12 points, she knows she can't get no advice from you. Jasmine says she called Stacey Abrams, but then what she got to realize is running against Georgia. Georgia got the same, as far as the Republicans pulling tricks to try to stop the Democrats from winning, Stacey Abrams could tell them that, because there's a lot of similarities in a red Georgia that the Democrats ended up turning purple between a red Texas. It's similarities, same moves, you know what I'm saying? Different Republican parties, different states, same National Republican Party. But what I'm saying is the demographics of Texas and Georgia is different. The Hispanic vote. You got to watch that Hispanic vote, because they will vote Republican. Now, this election cycle, they probably won't vote Republicans, but the Republicans' goal isn't necessarily to pick them up. The Republican goal is to keep them home, or to pull some of them from out the vote. She gonna need goals, bro. I promise you. She gonna need goals. Ghost just gotta get paid. That's y'all see. That's why I can't even say baby girl pretty no more, because y'all looking at it from the wrong perspective. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna say no name or no. Let me say this. I almost said her. I say Nancy Pelosi pretty. And you know I'm not sexually attracted to her, right? Right. I hope you ain't that much of your mind ain't that sick sexually. You ain't no sexual, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people, they mind, they just sick like that. They can't see reality. They see it from their whatever's on their eyes they see. But I'm saying, if I could say Nancy Pelosi, if I was supporting her for a congressional seat, I would say she beautiful. What's she a woman? You supporting her. You everything I say about her gonna be positive. So Jasmine really is pretty. What's that got to do with me wanting to get a job? You think it'll make any difference to me? I mean, look, I already did this with Telerico. I'm saying, if Governor Abbott called me tomorrow, what you think I'm going to do if he offered me $200,000 to come? If he needed the help. He don't need the help. But I'm saying, Jasmine, the reason she uniquely needs that help, she uniquely needs it. I know a lot of candidates that I support. Cindy Hyde-Smith in Mississippi, I don't think Senator Smith needs that help. Senator Hyde-Smith, I don't think she needs that help. I don't think Senator Cochran needs that help in Mississippi. That's what I believe. AOC, she don't need the help. Some of these people, they easily gonna win. They don't need help. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, I think Jasmine uniquely needs the help, and that's a very important race. They've been trying to, it's like a puzzle the Democrats been trying to solve in the state of Texas. And Ghostwriter is good. He's the best one equipped to do this. I'm saying, baby girl, it's not like she won't hear me or she won't listen. That's not a problem of hers. She know how to win. Y'all gonna find that out real soon. Sooner than later. Quinty says the left wheel pros or Jasmine Crockett, she's a fighter. And well, none in Telerico. I haven't heard of him my first time. Baby, on everything I love. Like, if you run an election and over 30% of the electorate don't know your name. 30% of the electorate don't know, 34% don't even know your name. So I'm saying, in a Democratic primary, see, that will work, I guess, in a Republican primary, because it's like, or in a general election, if you had a disenfranchised or a moderate Republican vote, because I guess they could look at the sheet and they could say, oh, we know Jasmine, a Republican, but we don't know who this is, so we know we ain't going to pick Jasmine. See, it's a Democratic primary. She done went harder at president. Even if they knew Telerico's name, they still would vote for her. That's a rough spot for him to be in, man. You look at all them numbers, bro, my boy is in a rough spot. Ask him, James, be honest, bro. You a Christian, bro. One Christian to another Christian, Mr. Telerico. Somebody go get him real quick and play it for him. 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Mr. Telerico, one Christian to another Christian. You know you in a tough spot, ain't you? You in a real tough spot, buddy. Y'all might not know. Don't listen to the quacks. They don't know. And we ain't talking about CNN and them because they're not really tapped in on no local politics like that. They really do national stuff. But I'm saying the local people in Texas, bro, I promise you, they need to be listening to this live stream. They could learn something. Telerico in a tough spot, y'all. Point blank. And Jasmine know it, and he know it too. It ain't nobody outside that campaign know that better than she do and he do. And Jasmine, baby, you ain't got to tell me. I already know. You know what's finna happen on the 3rd. You know you finna beat her. She ain't gonna stop. She better not stop. Shoot, my name on that, girl. You better go 3 times hard, 4 times hard. Beat them by 30. Why you want to beat them by 5 or 7? Girl, act like you losing right now, Jasmine. If y'all want some advice, act like you losing. I want her to beat them by 17. I swear. Y'all Republican, y'all be piping too much. Y'all be talking too much. I want her to beat them by 30. Mop the floor with them. What? Kodak Black. Like a mop stick. Like a mop stick. Oh, yes, we come out here, and I believe in the corporate undertaking is going too far, and we need to stand up and fight President Trump, because the FCC and President Trump, they tried to ban my interview. And see, I am a Presbyterian preacher, and I will fight for you. You know, at that point, Jasmine said, and I will fight for you. That's what the voters want. That's what they want. They know you talking like this. They know that's fake. And they know if you get emotional about something, you're probably not going to be talking like this. And if you're a person who still talks like this after you get emotional, President Trump is going to, he going to take you like that mop stick. This is what President Trump going to do to you. President Trump don't play with no politicians. He going to eat you up and chew. President Trump chew Democrats like cud, boy. Yeah, bro, y'all just don't know. I'm telling you, I seen a Connecticut Democrat get chewed, but Pam Bondi chewed that boy up like a piece of gum and spit him out. I'm trying to tell you, I seen Pam Bondi do to that boy. She little boy, that dude. She said, "Oh, Senator, you know she the Attorney General, so she the top cop in the country. Oh, Senator, you know you lied under oath the other day." This the Attorney General. And at this time, she dropping charges on Letitia James. You know, I'm going to shout out the AG here in New York. They got thrown out. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, President T, y'all. I got to ride with that. You know what I'm saying? She down with the cause. She up for on our side, so I got to ride with that. But he filed against AG James, and then James Comey. So at this time, this Democratic politician, he thinking this the AG talking to him, Attorney General. She'll get up out this meeting today and tomorrow, and she'll drop charges on you, boy. That politician was over there quiet. That's what they're going to do to James Talarico. That's why the Republicans want him to win. Because the Republicans did. Let me tell you, Quintia, baby, this is what the Republicans thinking. Even if this is a year when the Democrats when they are able to win and take the seat from us, this is what we're going to do. We want to get us a white boy who's soft. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all cannot like me. All y'all white people, Texas Democrats, y'all just better get with the program or stay home. Nah, don't stay home. She needs you. Y'all gonna have to get with the program. Y'all should have ran Telerico in a different race. We told you to run him in a different race, bro. As soon as she got in that race, the Democratic Party should have sat down and salute her. Well, she got to be a fat, ugly old woman for me to be able to say this. I'm not afraid of how cute you are, Jasmine. I'm not afraid of that at all. Some men are intimidated by strong black, especially a gorgeous one. I'm not. My mama was one. I got this desk. You see what I'm saying? I'm not afraid of that at all. I don't care. Like, to me, it really don't matter how she looked. It don't matter because she pretty. That do help. To me, it helped the conversation. It might hinder it with some, though. You know what I'm saying? He's saying class war out loud, but I'm saying he talk like this. Look, so they were doing an interview with Telerico. I think it's this interview. I can't wait to screen share with y'all. I think it's this interview. CBS was doing it. CBS in Texas, in Dallas-Fort Worth. Hold up. I want to pause on this because I want to show you this.
Message of Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show was that joy and unity and love are so much more powerful than hate and fear and division.
Look, this is his words.
You spoke about Bad Bunny today and his Super Bowl.
That's right.
Is this going to be a permanent message on your campaign?
Look how far hold on.
Telerico repeated his theme, criticizing billionaires.
Hold on, y'all. I want to show y'all something. This means a lot to me.
And I asked him about the state of the race. You spoke about Bad Bunny today and his Super Bowl.
That's right.
Look, I don't know why CBS showed this. This the interview right here. Hold up. Man, gosh. So here's Telerico. I'm going to just play it. Watch the camera span, okay? So the interviewer's standing right here. He want to interview Telerico after a rally. Telerico's so scripted, he had to go get a podium for an interview. I put this on everything. He got a podium for the interview, a regular interview. This how scripted he is. And the interviewer standing is like 50 feet away from him like he doing a rally. Bro, this is an interview. Just put the mic in front of his head and start talking. He can't do that. He got to go get a podium, got to go put on makeup, got to go get his little script to say some words. What? Look how far away. Look, watch what I'm telling you.
And his Super Bowl.
That's right.
Is this going to be a permanent message on your campaign? How does this relate to your campaign?
Bro, y'all see how far away he's standing from the camera? Y'all see, look, let's do it one more time. Watch the camera span from where the interviewer is to where Telerico is standing. The boy had to go set up a podium to do an interview after a rally. I never seen that in my life. You got to go set up a podium to do an interview after a rally. So CBS Dallas-Fort Worth here, they want to do an interview. Oh, for real? Where y'all at, man? Send them back here. This is what I'm doing if I'm running your campaign. When they coming back there to Telerico, we get a podium. We ain't getting no podium, man. Walk up to the boy and start asking him no questions. We don't do that face stuff. That's what I'm going to say. Watch this. Watch this. Watch the camera span. Watch it.
Influence on society. And I asked him about the state of the race. You spoke about Bad Bunny today and his Super Bowl.
That's right.
Watch it. Look how far away he is from the cameras. He got a podium up there. He got a teleprompter up there.
Super Bowl.
He got a teleprompter up there. Look how far away. Y'all don't get it. This Jasmine. Now watch when the camera talk and turn and face him. Look how close he is to her.
So I think that I've got to
look how close he is to her.
Right now,
ain't no podium, ain't no papers, ain't no script, ain't no teleprompter. This is what real and authentic look like. This is what the voters want. Forget she pretty, forget whatever, forget she a woman, forget she black. This is what real and authentic look like. This is what the voters want. The voters want real and authentic. They don't want no dude who need a podium, some makeup, and some paper to tell you what he gonna do for the people of Texas. He need a podium, some makeup, a piece of paper, and a phone call from Nancy Pelosi to tell you what he gonna do for the people of Texas. This ain't got nothing to do with how that girl look. Y'all stupid self can make it about that. I'm glad she finna win that race, so we ain't got to worry about that being an infection. That's a virus that can affect a lot of people in their gullible minds. So I'm glad she winning, so it ain't got nothing to do with her race. It ain't got nothing to do with her sex or her gender, and it ain't got nothing to do with how she look. She more real than him. She's stronger than him. If they got in a fist fight, she'll probably beat the brakes off that boy. Jasmine probably walked the dog off that boy. Who I'm finna, forget it was a good dude. It could be two dudes. Who I'm gonna put in this BMW. You know I'm not finna ride with no little weak coward. You know I'm not finna ride with the coward, bro. What we talking about? It don't matter how she looks. She could be a dude. I'm finna, bro, I have a bunch of ugly dudes in this BMW. But you know one thing for certain and two things for sure. If they ride with ghosts, they real. It could be a Hispanic dude and an Egyptian. That's the last two dudes was in this car, is a Hispanic and an Egyptian. But if they ride with ghosts, you know they done either did something for them, get money with them. It's something to do with being real while I got them with me. I don't ride with fake. I don't ride with generic. She real. She realer than that. I could promise you. She ain't got no podium. She ain't got no teleprompter. She ain't got no script. She ain't got no... Well, he got more makeup on than she do. And she the girl.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When I go out there for the people in Texas, you know, everything is about peace and love. Peace, love, and harmony. What? Bro, them boy living in fantasy land. No peace, ain't no peace nowhere around here. Ain't no love. It's a what they call that? It's a replica of love or some kind of, but it ain't no real love. Ain't no peace, love, or harmony around here. Boy, this is all wars and battles and corruption. That's what's around here. Telerico do take PAC. He don't take PAC money. He just got a super PAC spending money behind him. He don't take PAC money. He just got a super PAC spending money behind him saying that she can't win. That's where you messed up at. Why she can't win? If you say she can't win, there's only two questions that'll come behind this. You got to be smarter than a fifth grader. Why she can't win? Right? That's the first question you gonna ask. And how you know? That's the second question. How you know she can't win and why she can't win? That's the only two questions. We probably ain't gonna ask how you know because we know you don't know for real. So we just want to get your opinion why she can't win. They don't have to answer the why she can't win. They want you to answer it in your mind. So if you're a white person, they want you to say because she a racist black or big mouth or ghetto black. If you're a white person, they want you to answer that in your own mind and just go vote for her. Or if you're a gullible black people, there's some gullible black people voting for Telerico. Some gullible ones. Some Uncle Tom black people, some house Negro black people voting for Telerico. But Jasmine gonna win at least, yeah, house Negroes. That's what they are. They house Negroes. I'm not a house Negro. I'm out in the fields. I promise. Yeah, you call me what you want to, but you know I'm gonna be in the fields. See, my mama, when I was a little boy, I wasn't even a gangster. I was a nerd. But mama come find me. I'm hanging with the gangsters. Where you at, mama? I'm with the gangsters. That boy in the military. I was in the military getting in trouble, boy. I'm talking about Gus come from the room speaking lies. I'm telling you, got out the military, still in trouble. That boy, ask mama, my whole 20s. Trouble. You in trouble. This close here, lucky. That AR and it, you feel me? That's what I'm with. So you look at Telerico and you look at Jasmine. Okay, she a pretty female. Well, of course, I'm a ride with her before I do the white boy. What we talking about? But I'm saying, even if she wasn't a pretty female, let's look at character and who she is. I'll pay money for Jasmine and Telerico to get in a boxing match, celebrity boxing match. Jasmine probably be dragging him around the ear. She'd be dragging him around the ring by his ear. She gonna flick out the glove. She gonna flick it off like this. And she gonna grab him by his ear and she gonna be dragging him around the ring around Round Rock by his ear. In the fields, yeah, that's what I am. I'm in the fields. I'm not no house Negro. Them house Negroes soft. How is she fake? You just saying she fake. No, Telerico the fake one. You said black women have done great for you. My mama a black woman. What you talking about, Adams? I have. Hey, that boy funny. He said, I think people believe me. I don't need you to believe me, bro. That's what you don't realize. I don't care what you believe. You ain't got to believe it. The truth don't need you to believe, and you ain't got to believe in God. What's that mean? God don't exist because you don't believe in him. Watch this. Jedi mind trick. I don't believe in President Trump. Hold on, I'm going to do a better one. I used to hear this one. A preacher used to say this one all the time. I don't believe there's a queen on the throne in Egypt, in England. Has anyone seen Queen Elizabeth's throne? Who in this live stream seen Queen Elizabeth's throne with your own eye? Not a picture of it, her actual throne. You can come up with anything you don't believe just because you don't believe something. What's that mean? What difference that's going to make? What difference is you believing or not believing something going to make? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. My girl Quinty. Quinty. Them UT folks YT folks don't like her. I don't know what that means. Who the YT folks that don't like her? He was on a late show. Nobody still don't know. You know what I'm saying? What it mean? Because he was on the late show. Nobody still don't know who he is. I promise you. I promise you. All the people that came in this stream today, besides the bots and the AI, 99% of them, they talking negative. They talking straight smack. Purity smack. Guys, we've been streaming for about 2 hours and 30 minutes, guys. Y'all know how we get down on these live streams, man. You know what I'm saying? 2 hours and 30 minutes, guys. You know what I'm saying? It don't look like we got too much activity in the stream today. You know what I'm saying? But you guys who are in here, you know how we get down. Like I told y'all, I'm out here at the Hudson Valley in New York. You know what I'm saying? You said he going, which I don't know what you mean by he going. I'm not going nothing or nowhere. I'm going to a job. You feel me? I'm going to better my life the way I want to in the situation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, while I'm in this situation, I'm living what this situation is. I'm in the field. You're right. I feel like I'm in the field. I feel like I'm out fighting a war. You know what I'm saying? Like when we was Army, we used to sleep in the field while we fought our wars. That's what the Army do. That's what soldiers do. Yeah, that's what they do. You laughing, but that I feel like it's a war. I'm in a battle, personal battle. I'm finna file lawsuit number 4 and 5. And if that's probably 6 too. 6 lawsuits. All open. Or in the appeals court, or in finna file another one. Gonna be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Gonna be up to 20 of them. Yeah, that's a war. You file 20. What you call that? That's a war. That's it's a legal war. I've been in one. So yeah, I'm in the field, baby. You catch me like this, they gonna make you look like whatever they want to. That's on you. Once I get out the field and I get out the war, I get pretty. I'm not trying to be pretty right now. I'm fighting a war. So the only place I'm going is to a bag, to some money, or to a job that I want to work. Not no Lowe's or no Walmart or no AT&T. I'm not doing none of that no more. You know what I'm saying? But if you need some strategy or something for about 20 racks, 30 racks, 40 racks, pop in, pop out, I'll do that whole campaign and be on call if you need me. Yeah, I'm trying to get a bag, bro. I don't see how you don't get it. What have I said to make you think that I'm not trying to get a bag? What have I said to make you think it's something else? If you go back and listen, I said ameliorate legal. I fancy myself as a political strategist, so that's why I'm trying to get into politics. I got the cases filed in court. They got to work their way through court. So while I'm out here, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing politics too. What you think this is about? It's the same thing I did in 2022. It's election time. You see what I'm saying? I don't see no other races that I know of with no other candidates. I'm not going to just start talking about a candidate who's running a race in New Jersey and I don't know nothing about the politics in New Jersey. How could I be an expert for that? I'm not like these other little knockoffs. How can I be an expert for a candidate who running a campaign in New Jersey? I am in New York, but I just came from Texas, so I know Texas politics. I knew who Jasmine Crockett was way before this race was. Way before. I'm talking about back when VP Harris was propping her up. That's how I learned who she was, because of VP Harris. Even though I was in Texas, I didn't know her. But I knew well of VP Harris. So I knew who she was because VP Harris. I'm saying, like, I don't see how y'all can't get it. How y'all don't see it? Because she pretty? You don't know me. You don't know. You don't know me. You don't know me. You feel me? I'm going to Bali, boy. You hear me? I'm talking about after we do this little thing I'm doing here, whatever, do A, B, C, or D, bro, I'm going to Bali. I'll probably take somebody with me. And I never said it was going to be nobody. I don't know. I'm not going to be mean to somebody to prove a point to you. I'm not going to do that. Jasmine, a pretty girl. I'm going to talk I'm going to talk good about her, like, as much as I possibly can. Hope she win the election, and then hope I get one of these. Yeah. What I'm supposed to do? What I'm supposed to say? I'm not, you gotta put, like, my mind not childish like yours. You trying to put my mind in the place where yours at, but you can't do what I do. You ain't gonna tell how many people going to vote. Some of y'all ain't here for nothing but some little childish stuff. You like a child. You just up in here for some childish stuff, like she trying to win the election and you out here playing the game. And if she get distracted by that nonsense you doing too much, she gonna be just like VP Harris. That's how the Republicans get into you, Jasmine. That's how they gonna get to you. They gonna try every way they can. They ain't gonna be able to a Republican come up to you directly and say, hey, I'm a Republican. I'm trying to ruin your campaign. It's not gonna happen like that. They're going to send a Democrat at you. That's how the Republicans going to Judas. They're going to send one of your own at you to stab you in your back, like Nancy Pelosi. It could be President Obama. It'll be one of your own that's going to come stab you in your back. Yeah, that's how that's going to work. It ain't going to be no Republican. The Republicans just going to try to, you just don't know the game. They're gonna try. You don't know the game. How many millionaires you know in real life? I ain't talking about the black millionaire. I'm talking about them ones in them cults that be doing that stuff. Call themselves gatekeepers. How many people you know that walk around saying they're gatekeepers? How many of them you know in real life? I know a bunch of crazy dudes. I'm telling you, that's how they get down. He ain't gonna send no Republican at you. That ain't how you gonna do it. He gonna have you over there in the distraction. What Jasmine said is noise. It's just noise. You gotta focus on them figures, them numbers, and winning that race. That's the only thing that matters. That's all that matters. Man, ain't nobody paying no attention to you. We gonna put this bot in timeout. Maybe that bot won't come back. We put that bot in timeout. You a bot. I don't know what that means. Mike, I think you a bot too. Solo, look, she won't get the male Latinos. Look, she won't get the male Latinos, but I think she will overall win the Latino vote. I don't think she'll win the male Latino. I think you're right, but she gonna win. You think she won't win the female Latino vote? She gonna win the female vote. She might not win white females. She gonna win Latina females, definitely. But look, if you splitting the male, so I never split. Whenever I do my demographics, I look at the whole chart. So I'm gonna look at how they split in every. But I'm saying I never do it by male and female unless you're gonna do the whole race, male and female. So if you count female Latinas, then you got to count black female blacks, female whites. You got to female it and male it. You guys some people split the vote I don't split the vote like that. Me personally, if I split it by race, I'm gonna look Latinas, blacks, and whites, and others. You see what I'm saying? If I'm gonna split that election by race, I'm gonna split it by race. I'm not going to split it by race and by sex. You see what I'm saying? Not me. Some strategists do it different kind of ways. Because I think you muddle up the waters when you do. If I'm going to do 54, 52, 53% women, I'm going to do women, Latina women, black women, white women, Pacific Islander women. You see what I'm saying? But because it's going to come back to race anyway, so I usually just look at the whole woman vote versus the whole men vote, and then I go into my. So you say that she'll win the Latina male. That's what I'm saying. If the Latina vote is a wash, and he wins the white vote and she wins the black vote, I don't think the Latina vote is a wash though. He might win Latina males. There's a really good chance he wins the Latina males. Really good chance. But saying that he's going to win, nah, I don't see him winning Latinas all the way. I don't know. We're going to find out soon, though. I gave you my predictions. I think she's going to win 3 to 7% or better of the vote. But I think a general range is 3 to 7%. If she go harder, she could win by 10 or 15. It might not could win by 15, but I think she could win by at least 10. If she don't go as hard, she might win by 3 or 2. You know what I'm saying? But I think if I was her, I want to get over 800,000 people to the polls. 850,000 people have voted. Ghost said the winner needs at least 800,000 votes. So you still got Thursday and Friday and Election Day. So Ghost, how many people are going to vote on Thursday and Friday and Election Day? How many people? Can somebody tell me? What Ghost say is at least 550,000. That's going to get to my 1.4% of the vote. So we're going to find out. I think 1.4 million people going to vote, and I think the winner needs 800,000 wins to vote, to win. If you're going to win without going into because they got a third-party candidate. What's the third-party candidate's name? So I'm saying if you're going to win without going into a runoff, if you're going to win without a runoff, I really do, that candidate needs that percentage of the vote. Well, you said she won't force bipartisanship. Jasmine can move to the center. That's going to be on her if she decides to do that or not, but she definitely can move to the center. I would advise her definitely. Not a hard move, but a slight move. And I know how to do it with policy and everything. You know what I'm saying? Without alienate your base, because she cannot alienate her base because she need them to turn up. Just because she black, though, she going to get a lot of black voters, but she need them Latinas just as bad, if not badder. Or not worse, excuse me. And the white people, too. So, somebody says go vote local. Guys, y'all hadn't liked the video, double tap the screen, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Guys, we still out here in the Hudson Valley. Y'all know how big Ghost Rider get down. It is almost that time, y'all. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 43 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
stay on for with you guys as long as you guys want to stay on. But if not, guys, what we gonna do is we gonna go ahead and get ready to end the live stream without the donations. If you guys want to donate to the channel, hit the button with the $ in it. Your donations are much appreciated. Man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all showing up, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all showing up. We gonna close it out in just a minute, guys. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. You feel me? Yeah, boy. Out here in big NYC, baby. Somebody said, oh, I heard Ghost, you was out in NY. You said you was in New York City. Man, I ain't been to Harlem so long, man. You know what I'm saying? Been out there to the Bronx, man. You know what I'm saying? I need to go out and pop up, man. They told me to go record some content. You know what I'm saying? Tax the Rich, man. They told me the Tax the Rich tour gonna play better up here on the East Coast. Because Senator Warren and Bernie Sanders, and AOC and Mandami. All of that. They're like the four most popular people in politics up here in England. Mandami, Senator Warren, AOC, and Bernie Sanders. And all four of them believe in taxing the rich. Bernie out there in Cali trying to he doing rallies about it. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Was going to talk about it today. But you know what I'm saying? The University of Texas came out with that post, so we went ahead and covered this race. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stick with it through March 3rd. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like Senator Warren and AOC, you know, they in Congress, but they always talking about taxing the rich, and Mandami in the fight right now over taxing the rich. You know what I'm saying? He told us, Governor Hochul, look, I know you got election year, baby. If you can't raise them, if you can't do that millionaire tax, then I'm gonna have to raise taxes on property owners, because he said he need money for his programs. So they said, Ghost, you doing a tax the rich tour, you going out to Cali, especially after you've been talking about Nancy Pelosi, bro. I come to your state. You feel me? I ain't for no kind of like violence, especially against them. They old people. Like what happened to her husband. But I'm saying, like, if it's anybody else, I'm gonna I'll knock on your door. If it were personal. I'm saying, if you trying to be like a politician, like you trying to act like you a gangster or something. You feel me? I ain't no gangster, but I'm saying I'll check you. I'm gonna pull your card. Cause any dude who say he a gangster, he a regular dude. Bro, like I hung with killers. You gotta understand that, bro. Boy put on his shoes like you, he put his pants on like you. Everything you do, he do the same thing just like you do. The same thing. So even if you was a killer, somebody like Ghost, I ain't gonna be scared of you, boy. God said the battle is not given to the swift or the strong. Who the battle given to, Ghost? Whomsoever the Lord willeth. I believe you ain't as close to God as I am. Because if you was, you wouldn't be out here acting like that. Anybody acting the way you acting ain't close to God. That's what I believe. If I was out there messing with you, you could be saying that. If I'm cussing you out, you could say I ain't close to God, but it's a reason why I'm cussing you out. What you out here doing? You doing something, but you ain't gonna want to take no, people don't want to take no accountability for their actions, but they gonna blame you for something you doing wrong in 5 seconds. And won't take no accountability for their action. Jasmine will not win because Telerico is more of a threat to the Republican Party. What's that got to do with the Democratic primary? Michelle, baby, I'm not hating on you. You said Jasmine will not win because Telerico is more of a threat to the Republican Party. What does that have to do with the Democratic primary, number one? This ain't nothing to do with the Republican Party, with them two running here right now. That's why Telerico gonna lose. It's a Democrat primary. It's gonna be voted 95+% Democrats. That's number one. Number two, you said how is he more of a threat? I don't see how is he more of a threat. How is he more of a threat? I appreciate it, humble pie. But listen, how is he more of a threat? So with who? With white voters? We just went over that. 70% of white people in Texas are voting Republican. Period. That's generic ballot.
Telerico ain't pulling it. He ain't gonna make it less 70%. You not. Why try to win? Why try to beat them? Listen, you got a knife and they got a gun, but you got they got a 38, a 6-shooter, 38 special, and you got a 45. You got a 45 millimeter with a clip, and they got a 6-shooter, 38 special, and they coming to the 38 special, but you want to go get a knife. Telerico is a knife. Jasmine a Colt 45. What you want to get the Colt? You want the Colt 45, bro. You don't want the little butter knife. I'm saying, I don't know what y'all talking about. Say, why don't want to win? At the end of the day, it's about identity politics, and Jasmine will not be liked. Jasmine's got a higher. Let's look up the favorability of all of the candidates in that race. Favorability of the candidates. What I'm about to tell y'all, y'all give me just a second. All they doing is showing the polls. They're not showing the favorability. Let me tell y'all something. Jasmine's favorability is higher. I seen it. Okay? Last night. Tomorrow I'll show it to where we you know what I'm saying, when we get a chance to. Once we get to the discussion tomorrow, I'll show it to you. Jasmine's favorability is higher than any other candidate in that race. That's number one. Number two, you don't understand. MAGA might not like Jasmine. You talking about most of the MAGA outside of Texas, they like Jasmine in Texas. Jasmine's you're gonna be surprised how many independents and Republicans like her in Texas. They know she's a Texas girl. The politics in Texas, just like a Republican is different in California than Texas than Mississippi, and a Democrat is different than in California, Texas, Democrat is different than in Minneapolis and Mississippi. You get that? I'm saying, as far as Jasmine, their outlook on her, just because she is a resident of their state, is not going to be as negative as a Republican who is from Florida. Do you get that? Marjorie Taylor Greene, Democrats across America hate her. The Democrats in Georgia, some of them hate her more, but I'm saying the voters, not the politicians. They know she a Georgia girl. They might dislike her, but she's their dislike. You feel that? So with the Republicans who are strong Republicans like that, who's standing against Jasmine, they still know she from the state of Texas still, man. That's a little bit different. You gotta, bro, it's so many things that a lot of people don't think about that Ghost thinks about. You need me to win. I believe in my heart, she need me to win. You know what I'm saying? From riding the car. Oh, man, bro. Oh, Michelle said that she will win. Yeah, she gonna win, bro. I don't know what that means. You said she not from Texas. Where's she from? Missouri? Jasmine, they say you from Missouri. Where's she from? Missouri? Come on, man. You mean a Texas girl who wasn't born in Texas? That's what you mean, born in Texas, right? You don't mean she ain't from Texas. You mean she wasn't born in Texas, right? I know that's what you mean. A Texas girl who wasn't born in Texas. Or was she born in Texas? You posted it, you know it. So I'm saying, where's she from? Missouri? Because if you hear Missouri, you know I know something about what you're talking about. But you saying she not a Texas girl. Listen, like, that's irrelevant to the election. If she wasn't eligible to run for the election, she wouldn't run. She's eligible to run, so she a Texas girl. She been serving as a representative from the 30th in Dallas, a district in Dallas. She been serving in that spot for how many years? Come on, man. That's the way you gonna win, by saying she really not from Texas. You gonna tell the voters that you think they gonna care about that enough to not vote for her? That's the Republican strategy. That's what I'm saying. Y'all need to hire ghosts. That ain't, nobody don't care. She ain't from Texas. She on the ballot though, and we know Telerico was yours. We ain't voting for that. We ain't voting for no board, man. No cut out cardboard. Ain't no hatred on Telerico. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, he could develop as a candidate. You know what I'm saying, as a politician. You know, he in the Texas state, so in the state house, it's a little different, you know what I'm saying, than on the federal level. You know, maybe Telerico, you know, he could develop more and come out and be stronger, have a stronger candidate and personality. You said the majority of Texas don't mess with her. I don't believe that. The majority of Texas don't mess with no politician. Besides maybe Greg Abbott and a couple of state politicians. The majority? What politician? Jasmine, the only one on that ballot gonna get the majority of any vote. Maybe in the primary, we're going to find out if the majority don't. I mean, in the general, we're going to find out if the majority don't mess with her. But in that primary, she the only one going to get over 50% of the vote. What are we talking about? The two Republicans going to have a runoff. The majority of Democrats mess with her, we know. So you say the majority of Texas, well, we're going to find out. Going to find out. Somebody said James Rico is industry playing. I think so. Hey, that's how the black people look at him. And James Talarico, that ain't no hate on you. Somebody need to speak the truth to you, because what's going to happen is on March the 3rd, you know what I'm saying, when you get all duded up and you sitting up in there in the campaign headquarters, and so you start seeing them numbers come in and somebody ain't telling you the truth, you're going to be surprised. But I'm sure his campaign seeing them numbers, though. It's a reason why the University of Texas went ahead and published that poll when they did, and that poll had her ahead by 12 points. That's a strong message. I'm saying it ain't no way in the world. Listen to me, y'all. Get that wax out your ears. That the University of Texas gonna post after a week of early voting, Jasmine a poll winning by 12 points if they know she finna lose. University of Texas ain't gonna do that. Why would they do that? That's gonna make them look bad. That's just like me going out there and telling y'all she finna win, and then I know she gonna lose. You ain't gonna do that. Because you gonna have Angelo in this live stream saying, hey, Ghost, You keep saying that she gonna win, and you said VP Harris gonna win, she lost. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm telling you, I'm going out there telling you that as of today, something tomorrow might change. Today they voting right now. What time is it? It's 9:00 in Texas. They voting right now in Texas. They gonna vote to 7. They voting tomorrow in Texas, right? What's tomorrow? Friday, and they're going to vote to 7, and that's the end of early voting. They getting 1 million early votes. Okay? 1 million early votes is over. I'm going to look at those final numbers, and before probably Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to tell you that what's going on. Is she winning or losing? Is she going to be winning? As many people as voted, she going to be winning. But if he moved the margins in closer, and then if you get every Democrat who hadn't voted yet in Austin to show up and vote, and because so many people voted in Dallas County and Houston, you don't get nobody to show. If you get more voters in West Texas than you do in Central Texas to vote, yeah, but I'm saying like it's not that right now. That's why University of Texas posted that poll, and that poll had her winning by 12 points. Y'all get that? I don't know who them last 3 people. I don't know what them those candidates are. I mean, what Hunter talking about? Hunter, what's GER? Y'all special, man. You said I shouldn't have a vote. Why shouldn't I have a vote, Hunter? Hunter, why shouldn't I have a vote? I knew you was going to say that. You shouldn't have a vote because you white. Hunter, this is how we should do it. They should have a white man and a black man to box, and whoever win the boxing match get the vote. So, Hunter, you come box me, and then I'm going to beat you up, and I'm going to go vote and make you not vote. That's how you work. You can't be a weaker species and try to dominate a species that's stronger than you. I'm stronger than you, Hunter. I never seen you. Bro, you could bring me a 6'7", 300-pound white boy. I'm telling you, your species is not as strong as mine. I'm saying you going to get like your biggest and baddest. I'm just me. I'm not the biggest and baddest in my species, but I'm going to be your big and bad. Your species ain't as strong as mine. The weak ones shouldn't be able to vote. This 2026, boy, you ain't had no vote. We should ban y'all. We gonna take over your country. That's what y'all white people scared of. In Texas, if you let them Hispanics unite and them black people unite, y'all ain't gonna have no country. We gonna run y'all up out of here. We gonna deport y'all back to England. Wait till we gonna get Jasmine or AOC or Bernie Sanders to be president. Oh yeah, Big Bernie, he with us. He ain't with y'all. Bro. You know how many black people love Bernie Sanders? Y'all think I'm just talking. Go research. Why you think at his rallies there's so many people at his rallies? He just picked up with what Jesse Jackson was preaching. He just preaching what Jesse Jackson was preaching. That's a message. They got that progressivism fall from Martin Luther King. I don't care what y'all say. So that progressive is a black people message. The black people, what? That's why they love Mendami, love AOC. They love Bernie Sanders with us. So we going to deport all the white people about the country. You talking about black people can't vote. We finna deport y'all white people. Watch. Wait till we get numbers. Wait till about 2080. They gonna deport. Ghost gonna be saying deport the white people. 2080, I'm gonna be 100 years old. Deport the white people. Shoot, don't come up in my live stream talking stupid. I'm gonna talk stupid with you. You said reported terrorist test. You can report anything you want to. Because when you report it, guess what, Hunter? I'm gonna have your first and last name. Yeah. Hunter, that's what you don't realize. You don't know what you're dealing with. When you report, see, on this live stream, you got power. Because I don't know who you are. But after, Hunter, after you go report that, look, I got to get you out of here because you're doing this stupid stuff. After, Hunter, I ain't even going to I'm going to put him in timeout for a minute. For 1 minute. So he could come right back. Hunter, after you go report that, I'm going to get your first and last name, and you're going to be a target. You're going to have an X on your chest. Ask the girl who reports. She don't know yet, though. She going to find out real soon. What I promise y'all, February, the end of February here, you know what's coming. Yeah, you know what's coming. I don't care, idea or not, none of that matter. You know what's coming. I promise you, you know what's coming. Yeah. Hunter, we going to take your right to vote from you. That's what we going to do, Hunter. Hey, we going to take your right to vote from you. We going to deport the white people. Since you want to act like that, Hunter, how about we deport the white people back to England? They're going to need y'all. You know, in England, they have the same problem. Black and brown people are taking over the whole world. It's more black and brown people now, and you're like, they're going to be a majority minority in England. That's where y'all white people come from. Most of y'all, some of y'all come from Italy, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got the Latina, Hispanic people. You got some people come from all over the place. That's where y'all, bro, they going to deport the black and brown, like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to deport y'all back to England or Italy or France or Germany. Because y'all, in Germany, the black and brown people taking over all over the world. If it's not, brown people over there, it's not as much Hispanics as there is Muslims. But the Africans and the Muslims, go to England. I'm sorry you don't know what's going on in the world. I know what's going on almost everywhere. Almost everywhere. You said we killing each other too fast. Nah, bruh. The black people, the growth of black Americans is faster than whites. Period. The white people, y'all race is declining more than anyone else's. Y'all ain't having no babies. Too comfortable. That's the problem. You too comfortable. Back in the day, you see them white families, they have 8 kids. 5 kids. Now, what's the average white Americans? Watch this. How many the average kids a white family have? I bet you is 2 or less. Average children, white Americans have. It's 2 or less, I bet you. Non-Hispanic women in the U.S. have a fertility rate of approximately 1.6 to 1.9 children. I promise y'all I didn't look that up. That's unbelievable. Please don't challenge me, especially not for no money. It's something that I know, because you're going to lose, and you can't argue better than me. 1.6 to 1.9 children, 2 or less. Guaranteed. Which is lower than the national average. Let's see how many the average children that black Americans have. I bet you it's more than 2. 2.5 children. And that's a decline to an average of 2.5 children. A decline. So they having more black children and have been, that's declining. Back then, the black, I guarantee you black women, the average black woman have 3-4 babies. I got 2 sisters on this side. My daddy got about 1,000 kids. Nah, about 8 of them for real. My mama got 2 daughters, but my daddy got about 8 kids. Black people, look, Hispanic people too, they having babies. That's what's wrong with y'all white people in America. Y'all ain't having no kids. You too comfortable. That's what happened in Europe. Y'all get too comfortable. You know, people with money, they ain't finna, like Elon is a little different. But most people with money, they don't, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them less than 2 kids. Especially these days, even the black ones. I don't think Jasmine got kids. VP Harris don't have kids. AOC don't have kids. A lot of times, them women, if they have a career, bruh, like in today's time, it's not like back then. It's like for a woman, her worth was in her having children. It's like her value almost was in her having children. It's not like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like a man could get a beautiful one, like Jasmine, look, or let's say AOC or VP Harris. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get him a beautiful woman who's successful, have a comfortable life. And with VP Harris' case, he already had kids. He already had 2 kids. He wasn't interested in it. In AOC case, they just don't have no kids. And I don't know, Jasmine, I think AOC married or got, they just don't have children. You know what I'm saying? But people who got money and successful and stuff, sometimes that's what's wrong with white people. They done got too comfortable. And you ain't having no kids, and black people have more kids than you. Not only Hispanics having more kids than you, they moving in too. You ain't important. No one, but President Trump, he's trying to bring white Africans. Ain't enough of them. So he's trying to import white people and deport Hispanics and blacks, trying to switch the numbers up, but it ain't gonna work. He ain't gonna be in there long enough. He ain't gonna be able to get enough people out. And then the white people ain't having no kids. Them white people don't be wanting to have no 5, 10 kids. They had 3 kids, 2 kids. Them kids cost money. And it's a different world, 2026. When you see a value in a woman, especially, at 45, I might want a child. Sometimes they adopt kids, but I see a value in a woman more than her having a baby. That used to be back in the day. Y'all still living in with them old textbooks and them old playbooks. It's not a majority white state. It's not. Stop living in that old. That's why y'all Democrats, you're not going to win. Nancy Pelosi playbook ain't going to work. Stacey Abrams playbook will work. Nancy Pelosi playbook didn't flip Georgia. Stacey Abrams playbook flipped Georgia. And Nancy Pelosi playbook that's why she leaving. She might have done what she did, but in 2015, whenever the Republicans took over, when President Trump came, he was taking over everything. Nancy Pelosi, it looked good. You ripping up that State of the Union address, but when President Trump didn't go to jail, Nancy Pelosi, he beat you. You got to pay for that. Bye-bye. You shouldn't have played the game the way you did against him, but you did. Ripping up speeches, doing this, doing that. Since you played the game like that against him, he beat you. So you lost. Loser, go home. You got to go. And on her way out, she trying to make the Democrats lose more races. Because she going to 1990s playbook. Insert Joe Biden. Pull out Bernie Sanders. Pull out AOC. Block Jasmine Crockett. And that's why the Democrats going to lose. That's why they losing. That's why the Republicans, even though the Democrats trying to get the House back, the Republicans only up 1 seat in the House. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, if the Democrats win that seat, which I don't think they will, it's a super red district, but I've seen them flip super red districts. If they could win that seat, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Because the Democrats done flip seats all over America. The mixing of peoples, I think the demographic is higher than 13%. I think it's higher than 13%, ain't it? How many black people in the United States? That's 48 to 51.6 million. Oh, you're right. It's 14 to 15%. It's 14 to 15%. So you're right. It has shrunk. I mean, black people mixing with other races. What can I say? What can you do about that? I mean, you're going to tell people to love somebody of their own race because of I don't know if we could do anything about that. The black people getting money too. They stop having kids. They get successful. I'm telling you, you're going to be hard pressed in this day and age to find a female who's successful, young, or she's working towards success that you're going to get to take a break in her life to put a baby inside of her. Let go speak for the masses now. It's going to be hard in 2026 to do that. You got to tell that female to take a break in chasing her dreams. I know how that feels, especially me at this age. Whenever I know I don't have a second to give or lose, I got to keep building and keep working fast and hard getting where I'm trying to go to. You see what I'm saying? Especially at this age. So, man, get on down, bro. He said arrest all the gang members, especially starting with Snoop. We ain't touching with Snoop. Snoop Dogg is he's an American icon, legend. He's an American symbol. Snoop Dogg, he a cultural symbol in America. Who bro, I bet you President Trump, everybody in America knows Snoop Dogg. My mama knows Snoop Dogg. Real talk. The preacher knows Snoop Dogg. Who don't know who Snoop Dogg is? Dog pound, baby. You can't arrest no Snoop. You don't arrest somebody because they affiliate with a gang. That's like the Republican Party is a gang. You just gotta know who you talking to. You don't want me litigating the case against you. Not arguing. What's the definition of a gang? Or ongoing organization, association, or group of 3 or more individuals who carry a common name, identifying symbol, or territory. The difference is they engage or have engaged in a pattern of criminal, violent, or illegal behavior. So if you could put a party together and say that they have illegal, that's how President Trump and them doing it, calling everybody terrorists. The Republican Party, do they are ongoing organization, association, or 3 or more individuals who have a common name, identifying symbol, or territory, where you could say that about the Republican Party. They collectively engage in a pattern of criminal, violent, or illegal behavior. All you got to do is put the criminal or illegal in there. Intimidation. You could call the Republican Party a gang. That's what I'm saying. When we go, you can't say somebody in a gang. What does that mean? Arrest the gang members? No, you don't. That's crazy. This is what you do. You arrest people who engage in a pattern of criminal, violent, or illegal behavior. That don't matter if they in a gang or a politician. That's what I say. What's wrong, because you in the gang, if you read what the definition that top part is, you can say the church is a gang, a cult, the same thing. What separates is they collectively engage or have a pattern of criminal, violent, or illegal behavior. That's what separates it. So that what separates is what you need to arrest. Just because a dude walking around with a blue flag, I know a bunch of gang members ain't never been to jail because they really don't commit those hard crimes like that. I know a bunch of gang members ain't never served no time. Y'all might not know them like that in LA, Chicago, but come down south. I know a bunch of dudes who wear that flag, who shot at people before, ain't never served a day in jail. I don't understand it. I don't understand how that, but it's very prevalent, especially in the South where I'm from. You ain't got to arrest them because they in the gang. You arrest them for doing criminals. What's up, my Lou, my baby? She said, y'all like the video, y'all subscribe to the channel, and if you ain't hit that notification bell, something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong with you. My boy said he think if country music didn't make a transformation into a transition in mainstream culture, there would have been a large unification. So he thinks that the reason why America didn't unify is because of country music. You see how I did that? He thinking the reason why America didn't unify is because of country music. Y'all like that, huh? He really said rap, but you can't say rap music ain't got nothing to do with the unification of America. Nothing. The cultures. I think rap music unified the young culture better than anything else. What white people, where I'm from in the South, them white girls, they'll sing Lil Boosie, they'll sing Lil Webby, they know rap songs I don't know. Word for word. I'm talking about I'll go get you a white girl my age. She a lawyer. She pretty. She everything. You wouldn't even know that she would like this. I promise you. Drop dead gorgeous. My age, from Louisiana. She graduated from LSU. And she got a law license. And practicing law. Her name, she got a French last name that fit in that culture down in that area. In southern southeastern Louisiana that she live in, a popular, prominent French last name, and you went in her law office today, you would have no idea. And that girl sing a Lil Boosie song word for word. I think rap music with the youth, it united the youth. That's what I'm saying. You can unite the people if you take out the race. If you take race out the picture, you can unite the people. You got to give them something to unify behind. White people understood. Look, so all the songs and stuff that the black artists was rapping and started rapping, the white people, that's how they started understanding what black people was going through in their neighborhoods from listening to NWA and Tupac. How many white boys do y'all know that could sing a Tupac song word for word? I know 1,000 of them. Could sing a BG song or Eminem song. Look at Eminem. Eminem is proof of what I'm talking about. And there's so many white boys. I could play you. I came on YouTube. So many white boys who, Mac Miller, Baby E, so many white boys. So I completely disagree with that. I think that rap music actually united American culture instead of divided it. Maybe with the older people. I mean, if you're 70 years old, your opinion really shouldn't count. Well, think about the 70-year-olds, you baby boomers, y'all dying off. Y'all just need to go ahead and die off. That's the problem. Y'all staying alive too long with y'all opinions and y'all messing up the world. Because you got to be 70 years old to say that about rap music. I know, because I'm 45. And them 45-year-old white boys that I know that I grew up with that got power now, some of them became mayor of the city. I remember our mayor before the mayor from the city where I'm from, we had a cool one. I think he was like in his 30s. That boy smoked weed. I ain't saying his name, but yeah, he smoked he hit the herb. I'm saying it ain't even recreational in Mississippi. That boy was blowing. I know that, the police know that, everybody know that. The mayor was smoking weed. I ain't never said that before. Yeah, I don't think you really could how you go get him in trouble, I don't even know. Maybe he went and got a medical card, but this before the medical cards was legal in Mississippi. Now they got medical cards, so everybody really smoking weed. Everybody got a medical card. The police ain't really gonna mess with you anyway unless you're selling it. So I'm saying they had been decriminalized it. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying the mayor, he hitting the blunt though. You feel that? I'm saying like you know that boy, if he gonna he know rap music, they know rap artists like them Texas rappers, underground rappers, them white boys. I know a white boy, he used to be in love with Zero. Most of y'all, I say the name Zero, y'all don't even know who he is. He from Texas. Texas got a bunch of underground rappers. Them white boys love them. I think rap music actually unified the culture, the youth culture, more than it divided it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. Guys, 3.5 hours. Can we make 4 hours, man? No donations, man. You know what I'm saying? 4 hours, the live stream. Can we make 4 hours? You know what I'm saying, y'all? If we got something to talk about, productive, we can talk about it, man. Whatever y'all want to discuss, y'all jump down in the comments. If not, man, you know what I'm saying? Big ghostwriter, y'all see me, man. I'm laid back and chilling like a villain, man. We'll go and close it out, man. It's up to y'all. 3.5 hours, baby. Y'all feel that? See, you saying I can't do, if somebody said I can't do no better than Jasmine Crockett, what you mean, as a candidate? As a candidate? I almost agree with you. I told y'all that before. You talking about as a candidate. You see what I'm saying? If you talking about some personal stuff, see, y'all trying to take it on a personal level. So, but I don't avoid questions. I'm not like politicians. Let me pin his comments so y'all know what I'm saying. If you talking about on a personal level, see, you want to be green. We want to be green. So, like, what I'm gonna say? She a pretty girl. So, what I'm gonna say? She pretty. She got money. What you could say? What's bad about Jasmine? Like, you want me to say, oh, I know I could do better than Jasmine. That's what you want me to say. And you want me like it would divide and conquer. I'm gonna try to find some way I could get him to say something negative about her. So you gonna try to get me to say I could do better than Jasmine, like looks wise. That's what you want me to say, looks wise. I done been over with 240 females in my life. Just get pictures and ask about them. I want to call their names. I do want to call one girl's name, Heidi. I missed that one though. I miss Heidi, bro. She was a Dominican, bro. I should have snapped, bro. I had like, bro. It was it was like a Dominican girl I used to talk to, bro. I'm talking about, boy. That's on my mama. That's on my mama. And I'm talking about, bro, it wasn't like she was old either. I'm talking about young and fun. Young and fun, boy. You hear me? I'm talking about Dominican too. I'm talking about bad. Flawless. Right there in Mississippi. Right there in Mississippi. Heidi Martinez, she probably married. She had a baby when I knew her. And boy, when I saw her, like after all them years, when I went and scooped her, bro, man, I wish I could run that girl down. I ran her down a couple of times. Yeah, boy. You feel what I'm saying? I think about a couple of girls, like out of those girls who stand out, but like you're not gonna get me to say nothing bad about her. It ain't about that. I can't do no better than Jay. Like, why they trying to put me in a relationship with a girl who? That's what I'm saying. That's the weirdest thing I ever seen in my life. They didn't put me in a relationship with VP Harris. Let me be sweet. You trying to stop me from being sweet because that's all I'm gonna just stop talking. Like, let me be sweet. I'm just being sweet. You saying I can't do better than Jasmine, bro? I'll tell you, Heidi. That's all I'm gonna tell you, Heidi Martinez. Go do some research and maybe you can find her. Heidi Martinez. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And that's the only one I want to say. I could sit here and call girls names. I ain't gonna do that to them though. I said Heidi name though, cause for real, I know she pretty old now. I know she gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. That's the missed opportunities right there. I call her a missed opportunity. Real talk. A missed opportunity. I got a bunch of them in my life, though. What? I don't know what this dude said. She or what? I'm not being personal. I want her to be the next governor of Texas. Nah, I don't say be the next governor because she not gonna be the governor. She gonna leave that spot she in, and then she gonna go to work in the cabinet. Yeah, she going to DC. That's her next. She gonna stay in DC. She gonna go to the White House. She is pretty. I don't care what words you say about her. That's just hating. You just hating on her. Bro, whatever. If she the best that I got, things ain't good for you, that's crazy. You talking about running, that's what I'm saying. You talking about running an election? I know it seems like that's what you talking about. You crazy. Who gonna beat her? Ken Paxton will not be her in no election unless she just mess up or don't know what she doing. But I'm saying Ken Paxton, like just straight up on a generic ballot, Ken Paxton ain't gonna beat her, bro. You say it's not generic if you put his name on it, maybe not. He's not gonna beat her in no race. Ken Paxton is not beating her in no race, bro. That's point blank. So you talking about as a candidate, I don't agree with that. I think actually she's probably the best. If Texas is the best, is the biggest prize in Congress in the midterms, then that's the biggest race. Then she's the best Democrat on the ballot in the midterms out of the big races. I ain't talking about the district races in Congress. I'm talking about the Senate. Name me another Senate running, like somebody dropping somebody else's name running for Senate in the stream. Drop somebody's name. I know it's not that many people in here, but drop somebody else's name running for Senate in the chat. I don't even know nobody else running for. Is Senator Slotkin running? I only know a couple of senators that I care about. I know Cindy Hyde Smith running in Mississippi, but I know that seat ain't that big. Not that the seat ain't that big, but that race, it's not contentious. And then that seat gonna be red. It's her seat. I know a couple of senators running. I don't know of any senators that's running. Like, I don't know what you're talking. I don't know. I don't see nothing y'all talking about. Yeah, she wouldn't be petty about this. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, man. Cause these people are so petty. They so petty, bro. Like they got the mind of a 2-year-old. Like what? Like, and then if you talk about her running a race, like, I mean, look, let them. The reason why I want to hear them, I want them to say it. I stream in 3 hours and 40 minutes. I want them to say everything they saying about her. I want them to say it. It's a reason I listen to it and I read it. I want to see what the comments going to be on March the 3rd. That's on March the 4th. On March the 4th. Who is that saying that? Is that Dawn? Dawn, I just want to see what the comments going to be on March the 4th. No, it wasn't. Who is that? That's London. London, I want to see what the comments going to be on March the 4th. That's what I'm trying to see. I don't care what they're saying today, and any and everything they're saying today, I'm going to read it. I'm going to give them a voice. They're going to lose that voice on March the 4th, is what I'm saying. We're going to stream on March the 4th. And when I come on this live stream on March the 4th, this I'm going to come on here. Hold up. Get my glasses. That's all I'm going to do. I want y'all to get in the comments on March the 4th. I'm saying easy for you to say that right now. Talk that smack right now. But yeah, it's coming. That beatdown coming. It's coming. It's coming. I want you to hear. They got now after she win in March the 3rd though. They gonna be, and you gonna be waiting. Y'all gonna be trying to talk that smack for November. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you said young and fun, even when they're old. She not old. She in her 30s right now, I would imagine. That's not old. I just remember whenever she was, you know what I'm saying, 18, 19, 20, 21. I remember when she was young, though. You know, her sisters were bad, too. You know what I'm saying? If I remember, like you know, if I had a choice, a 240 that I could think of out of my head that I'd be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was some girls that I love. It was some girls that, you know what I'm saying, I had close relationships with. It's girls that did a lot for me. It's girls that I weren't platonic with that have a lot of love for me still to this day. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of haters too, but, you know, I don't care about that. That come with the territory. They say if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. I just got too many haters. But it don't matter, though. All publicity is good in some kind of way, so let them keep hating on me. Ain't nobody care about that. Ain't nobody care about no hate, no opinion. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, greetings. Who is that? Affirm Christopher. What's up, Christopher? Man, if y'all hadn't liked the video, y'all double tap the screen for your boy, Big Ghost Rider. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell, man. The snow's starting to melt in March. In March. Yeah, it's almost March. The snow's starting to melt in New York, man. You know what I'm saying? Out here in big Hudson Valley, man. Out here in the metro New York area. They've been telling me to record content, so I need to record some content, man. You know what I'm saying, guys? We've been streaming for 3 hours and 43 minutes, man. I'm trying to give y'all just a little bit more time to come with something, man. And if not, man, we going to go and catch out. Next week, man, I'm still going to do the live streams, but I'm really next week going to focus on that election on Tuesday. So I know I need to stream on Monday, but I don't know how I'm going to work that. You know what I'm saying? But my main focus going to be the election on Tuesday. So I know we streaming on Tuesday and Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And we probably going to, you know, pretty much conclude that Senate race after the voting on March the 3rd. I mean, like, You know, it's going that race probably gonna get quiet. Even though behind the scenes her campaign, that's when they need to really be putting in work. But you know, as far as the news and as far as that Senate seat in Texas, really they're gonna just be talking about the Republicans. There is a third candidate in that race. So if Jasmine and James are that close, if the two of them get that close, then it's a chance that third candidate could make a difference. But the race to me right now isn't that close. So I think she'll get over 50%. She get over 50%, that race gonna pretty much get quiet. You know what I'm saying? Until about summer, towards the end of summer, it's gonna be full steam. Like that Texas Senate seat gonna be huge in the summer. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be talking about it on CNN and stuff all the time. You know, come election, they're going to be talking about them races, and it's just Jasmine who she is, especially if she wins. I don't think Telerico could ever reach that level of fame that Jasmine reached. You know what I'm saying? He's just not her. He a different kind of candidate. But I ain't trying to hate on him, though. I'm trying to just, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just being real. Just Jasmine's just a better candidate, in my opinion. Guys, it look like the stream that cooled down all the people in here that just be, you know what I'm saying, coming with all the bots and the AI. It's like they done took a break, man. So I'm going to take a real quick second, man. We finna end this thing, baby. Three hours and 45 minutes we've been streaming, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Today, Thursday, so we got to stream on Friday. And then we got to stream on Saturday as well. We streaming on Friday and Saturday, man. That being said, man, I want to say thank y'all for y'all showing up, man, and y'all showing that support. You know what I'm saying? We were going to talk about taxing the rich. That's the next tour I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do a outside tour, a second one. I'm so excited about that, man. You know what I'm saying? We were going to talk about tax the rich, but we're going to do that live stream tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I got some real interesting content to play for you, like myths people have about taxing the rich, how it's socialist or it's going to mess up the U.S. economy. We're going to cover all of that tomorrow on the live stream. That being said, baby, you know what I'm saying? Shout out University of Texas dropping that poll, man. You know what I'm saying? It is very encouraging to see the candidate that you want to win and supporting to win, leading like that going into the election, and then looking at the numbers in that candidate's home county and neighboring county and in Houston, the amount of black people voting is very, very, very encouraging. Due to those factors, that caused me to come out here and predict on this live stream. And I made sure I put it in the title so you guys can see it clearly. 7 days before the election, that Jasmine is going to win that election. That's what I'm predicting. God bless President Trump. That's what Miss Erin said. Yes, indeed. I believe that President Trump is our president. You know what I'm saying? I do live streams all the time, including one yesterday, where I said that, you know what I'm saying? I believe that, like, I'll say different things that I feel like President Trump needs to do, and I believe if he did them, it will make the situation in America better for not only him and the Republicans, but for us too. I talk about that all the time. I'm an independent. I know a lot of people don't like President Trump, you know what I'm saying? But, you know. I mean, I will say this, though, before I go. Running Jasmine's campaign, I would mention President Trump's name. Saying his name, Donald J. Trump or President Trump, I would say that as less as possible if I was her, once she get to that general. And that general election start on March the 4th. The race start March 4th for you, Jasmine. I don't care if the Republicans name the candidate or not. That's my time, y'all. I'm a Christian. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. It snowed 2 days in a row. And I'm sitting there saying the same thing. It don't matter what it say. Christ is king. Jesus suffered, bled, and died on the cross for our sins. The blood that Jesus shed on that cross, it paid the payment for our sins. All you have to do is pray one time. Go to a quiet room, pray one time. All God needs to do is get that faith from you. You pray, you ask God to forgive you of your sins. You tell the Lord that you accept Christ's sacrifices, payment of your sins. And you got to believe that he'll truly save you. If thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and believe that God has raised him up from the dead, that's that faith. You got to have that faith. Thou shalt be saved. You got to pray and ask God to forgive you. Ask God to save you. Let God know you accept him. You got to make that relationship. That's what salvation is. Like the thief on the cross. Lord, I believe, help thou my unbelief. Once you believe in the Lord, the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, when you believe, it's God's grace. His grace, he already gave us all grace by dying on the cross. That's his grace. The blood he shed, he took our place. His death is a payment for every wrong that we've done. God, when we die and stand before God, we all will die. We all will stand before God. We have to give an account to God for our actions. What I'm saying is his death on that cross is payment for our sins. That's what takes our place. People could try to put as much sin or anything I did on me in my past. We all got sin. That's why they won't never say my name publicly, because I get after them and I tell about their sins and their wrongs. But what I'm saying is people could try to put whatever they want to on me, something I did or on my wrong or my past. They could try to put whatever they want to on me. It doesn't matter. I don't care about that. In August of 2018, God forgave me for anything that I did prior to 2018. That's how that works. Clean slate. Pray, ask God to forgive you. Believe and accept, and he will save you. He is faithful. After you are saved, that's when you start to perform good works as a Christian. But you don't perform the good works to become a Christian. God already performed the good work when he died for you. All you got to do is accept it and believe. Ask for forgiveness, accept it and believe, and he'll save you. And then you do the good works. You get baptized and that's when you start doing that, okay? So, guys, that being said, guys, that's my time, man. I would like to wish all of you guys a very, very great day. You know what I'm saying? We'll wish each other a Merry Christmas or a Happy Easter. I want to wish you guys a great day. Because I know I'm going to have a fantastic day. I do every day. Man, I got some legal stuff to do. I need to get on that. Like real soon, I got to do some discovery in the case, and I got to file at least one case, and that second one is going to be coming right behind it. I told my opponents in February, it might be the first 2-3 days of March, but your spanking's coming. Bruh, that being said, man, that's my time, man. I love every last one of y'all. As I said, I wish y'all a great day. Jasmine Crockett, baby, you just keep pushing. You push harder, and you push harder. And when you get tired, baby girl, 2 hours, 1 hour of sleep, you know what you do? You wake up or don't sleep at all, and you push even harder. That's what great ones do. That's what champions do. Jasmine, that Senate seat, listen to me. If I ain't never said nothing else, that Senate seat is yours for the taking. 10,000% if I never said anything else in my life. And if you value my words at all, in every word I've ever said, I believe this with my whole heart, girl, you are that close from greatness. because the entire Democratic Party will fall at your feet if you're able to pull this off. Tell me what I'm saying wrong. The Democrats know how important, the Republicans don't have a map without Texas. The Democrats know how important Texas is. They've been trying to flip Texas since Beto O'Rourke. So for at least, 10 years, 6 years, 8 years? 8, 10 years, at least. They thought they had a serious chance of flipping it. I'm saying, girl, if you do this, the Democrats going to fall at your feet. And I got to make sure I get that distance right, because I might be saying this much. You that much to greatness. You that close to greatness, Jasmine. You that close. That close. Y'all, that's my time, baby. I see y'all in the morning, man. 6:45 a.m. Eastern. Y'all come tap in with your big ghostwriter. I love y'all. And remember, I wish all of you guys a great day. See y'all later.